Good evening and welcome to live coverage of the demotion race in the Barbados Football Association's Premier League for 2018-2019. Your commentators this evening, yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentator Sports Incorporated, and alongside me, the maestro himself, Mr. Keith Griffith. 0-0 with just a minute on the clock here from the BFA turf, Wildy. And POREY Spring under the cosh a bit here on the right side of the field. They're defending the goal to the right. That's the POREY Spring team in orange jerseys, blue shorts and orange socks. The opponents and a team trying to save their faces and a place in the Premier League for next year. That's the Scottish Car Rental St Andrew Lions in the green jerseys, ball across the box, green jerseys, black shorts and white socks. Heading towards a minute and a half on the clock. And so far so good for POREY Spring, who had to defend not once but twice there from a free kick first of all and a corner kick as well. 0-0 as we welcome the Trident 10 TV coverage of the Premier League here at Wildy. Good evening to you, Keith.
Blessings, Trev. Blessings to each and every one, wherever you are in the world and right here in Barbados. A very significant moment in the Premiership. Two of the rural teams, and as you call them in Bajan parlance, country teams, battling for the right to stay in the Premiership. Both teams have done reasonably well. St Andrew, Scottish Rentals, up against POREY Spring, the team who should lose tonight. Will play Division 1 next season. The winners automatically stays in the Premiership. Trevor, we should be in for a good rocking time here at the turf.
Definitely so, Keith. Still 0-0 and both teams now feeling themselves out as the clock ticks towards the third minute of this match. That's a ball played out to the left hand side. Williams in possession, looks to tuck it across the centre there. Cut out at the back as Derico King was about to apply what he would consider to be a finishing touch from just about 25 yards out. So far so good for the St Andrew Lions. They're knocking it here and knocking it there, feeling out this POREY Spring team. And for POREY Spring, they've been able to weather the storm and have actually done a bit of a rejig with their backline. We're seeing Naji Holder, the star player, who has lifted them from the doldrums. Scored a number of important goals. Here's Derico King going in on goal, but the flag is up on this near side. 3.5 on the clock. 0-0 between POREY Spring and St Andrew Lions.
Well, if this is an indication of what is going to happen in the first half, it is all about the Lions. They're showing their teeth. They're looking to roar. They got the ball into the back of the goal and into the nets, but the player was rolled offside. POREY Spring looking very tentative in the opening 5 minutes, but surely, Trevor, St Andrew Lions looking very, 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 very positive.
Lions for sure dominating the midfield, if you can say that after 3 minutes. They have the most of the possession, 55% to the Scottish Car Rental St Andrew Lions against the 45% of POREY Spring. And the question is if they'll be able to use that possession to create the necessary chances to put POREY Spring to bed. And we say to bed, meaning that if they lose here, in fact the losing team here is automatically relegated with the other two teams that are already gone down. And if POREY Spring can actually make a real battle of it, of course they do have marksmen in their squad as well that can do the damage. Nurse has been a thorn in the side of a lot of the opposition this season, and they've been actually been able to create a lot of chances when Nurse gets on the ball. Shaquille Stewart is there as well, and for POREY Spring they'll look for their sharp shooters in the likes of Javon Taylor playing up front for the Scottish Car Rental St Andrew Lions. He's been joined by a trio of Derico King wearing the number 8, Kareem Jordan wearing 7, and Jamal Williams wearing 21 as well. So lots of life in the Scottish Carvental St Andrew Lions team as they go up against Marks Auto Spares POREY Springs this evening. And we're just about 5.5 on the clock. We're still tied 0-0, awaiting that very first goal between these two countryside teams, Keith, here at Wildy.
Well, definitely so. It's a long drive for the team that loses. The team that wins will be buoyed and happy and knowing they can celebrate right into the next season in October. And based on what we have seen so far, POREY Springs will have to pull everything out of the bag because at the moment they have been pushed back and under the cosh, so to speak. So they've gone very close in that moment, Trevor, the moment I said that. And one would have to anticipate that we are in for some goals in this game.
Yeah, so first real chance going to surprise POREY Spring on this occasion, but the flag was up on the far side. In any event, it wouldn't have counted. 6.5 on the clock, and you're enjoying the motion race. Yes, the battle to see who stays up. The winning team will stay up this evening. The losing team down and out for the count. That ball coming off of the player ricocheting back towards the goal bar there, and in the end over the goal line for a POREY Spring corner kick, second in succession. In fact, the St Andrews Lions corner kick, second in succession. They'll go to the right hand side this time and look to deliver a telling ball into the box and create some problems for POREY Spring.
Well,
so Zico Graves with the
corner kick
rising highest there.
Oh my goodness. POREY Spring really under the cosh, and in that moment the Lions acrobatically looked like if they would have taken the lead. The ball just skimmering over the crossbar and into Sergeant's Village. But Trevor, this is what you call a promising start from the Lions. They showed the teeth early, and you can tell that they want to roar and bite, but POREY Springs has denied them so far. So are we in for a night of really good football and good goals? We wait to see. 6 minutes gone if you're now joining us. POREY Spring 0, Scotty Rentals St Andrew Lions 0.
So the Lions go down the left hand side. That's a mistimed pass there. And POREY Spring doing the very same thing. Ball slipping onto the boot of the player there as they like to come up here at Wildy. 8.5. Najee Holder all the way back to his keeper. And the surprise shot with the right foot there, that goes wayward. And there's the flag from Shannon Gibson on this near side. She's the first assistant this evening. As the two teams settle, heading towards 9 minutes on the clock. And of course, I have to keep reminding you, the winner of this one stays in the Premier League for the 2019-2020 season, which will obviously get started somewhere in October of 2018 and then finish in 2019 around the same time next year. So it's very important to both teams to try to get the result here this evening. The loser will start all over again. Will be demoted into Division 1, Keith.
I like what you said. Two of the teams who came up, Youth Milan, they have gone down along with the Barbados Soccer Academy. So the other team who came up from last season, St Andrew Lions, will want to join them. POREY Spring have been up since last season. They just escaped the drop. They tend to play hot and cold when they're on their game. Any night they're at the turf, they can match any team. But sometimes they come and they don't seem really ready for the turf. Tonight is do or die for both teams. And I anticipate quietly that goals will be scored in this one. It's wide open at the moment. And the team who gets the early initiative by scoring first will be fancied to hold on and win the game. But it's a long way to go. Only 10 minutes gone, Trev. A wide open game. And don't forget, the big game at 8 p.m. following this one to decide who will be the Premier League champions in 2019 BDS Sports program. They have the edge, having won the last game 2-0 and having drawn the first game 2-2. Wales will want to bounce back in what I anticipate will be a classic. More about that, but for right now, 10.5 minutes gone. POREY Spring 0, St Andrew Lions 0.
Heading towards 11 minutes. This is Levine asking for a runner. Gets it on this far side. Far post ball. Drops kindly. Right foot shot. Finished. Goal! Looks like Jamal Williams wearing 21. And on 12 minutes, Scotty's Car Rentals St Andrew Lions take the lead. They're up 1-0 over Mark's Auto Spares POREY Spring.
Well, let me just say Williams really scored a brilliant goal, but it was Levine who started it. He has had an outstanding season. This is out of the top drawer, pure class. And you can tell that Scotties are not renting this evening. They're looking to own that position in the Premiership. That is excellent football. A leading, searching, sweeping ball from Levine down the right. And when it was played across the area, Williams, supreme shot. No chance for the POREY Spring keeper. A lot of work to do by POREY Spring. The Lions lead after 12 minutes by 1-0 here at the turf.
So Williams showing all the expertise in the world from just about 12 yards out. Good control, which really created the much more positive chance. Eventually didn't have to snatch at it. It fell kindly to his right side. Just readjusted his body there and used the right foot volley to dispatch it past goalkeeper Anthony Rawlings. The Lions are starting to purr, Keith. They're not roaring yet, starting to purr on 13 minutes.
Well, yes, they're purring, they're showing their teeth, and they're looking positive. They've had a good season, they've gained a lot of points, and they would fancy their chances here. But POREY Spring has showed determination throughout the season, and you never know with POREY Spring. When they look dead, buried, and gone at times, they do come back. And one would have to wait and see, because the last match, when they went down to Youth Milan by 1-0, they also went down to 10 men. But somehow, Trev, they found a way back. But here we go again with the Lions looking for goal number 2. Good shot, just wide. The Lions are not only purring, they're scratching and digging. Good football again from the Lions. The ball riveting and just going wide. At the moment, they are in the ascendancy and looking the stronger and better team. But again, only 13 minutes gone. POREY Spring 0, St Andrew Scotty Rental Lions 1.
This is POREY Spring's second consecutive season in the Premier League. Last year, 2018, they ended the season with the following statistics. They were 4th in zone number 2, playing their 16 matches, winning just 1 match, drawing 6, and losing 9 on for the season, that is. They scored only 22 goals, Keith, and conceded 50. And you will realize then from there that they were in a spot of bother. The 2018-19 season would have needed to do a whole lot more, and that's the reason why they're in the same position. They haven't done that much better than they did last year.
How many goals they conceded this time?
This time around, I'll pull that stat for you in a second, but last year, just looking at last year's stats alone, says that they needed to make some adjustments in their defense, and they did do a bit of tweaking, but still hasn't added up to exactly what they've wanted, because they're still leaking goals badly at this point in time, and they'll really perhaps have a rabbit's tail in their pocket if they get away with a victory here this evening. They'll need a whole heap of luck, and of course some skill from the 11 that are on the field, plus the substitution. This is a turn from King, runs himself into problems there and gives up the possession. This is Najee Holder, the star boy for POREY Spring, always decent with his passes. This is Stewart, the national striker, lays it on a platter to Najee Holder, tucks it inside. The right foot shot attempted, cut out at the back again. Here comes the Lions now. This is Williams with the floated ball towards the final third for St Andrew Lions, but that doesn't have the quality to trouble them. 16 on the clock. Najee Holder, as you can see, instrumental in making POREY Spring take over this evening and for the last 3 or 4 games as well. So you have to have a brilliant game this evening. Well, the problem is he's starting at a central defensive positioning. I'm not sure if that's going to allow him to get up the field and show his creative abilities, Keith. So if Holder is tied to that center defensive positioning, then who will pull the strings of POREY Spring? Will it be Pico Nurse? They've dropped into a deeper position, Shaquille Stewart, to play that position. I would have probably gone for a Najee Holder in the middle of the midfield, as he's done a whole heap of damage to all opposition in the last 3 or 4 games. And of course, but then again, you still need solidity in your defense as well. So they've gone for the solid side of Najee Holder in the defense, which takes away a bit from the midfield. And with the St Andrew Lions going ahead after just about 11 or 12 minutes, maybe a rejig of the POREY Spring team will give them a bit of luck. They have the ball at the feet of Pico Nurse. He'll float one near post. Good defensive work from the St Andrew lads. Keep them out. They'll have to restart down that right hand side again. 17 on the clock. And the right foot cross into the box. A chance here, and players not willing to put their body on the line there, Keith. But what's at stake? You need to put your body on the line. It's the Premier League, and you want to be in it. You don't want to be demoted. I would have thrown my body at that, Keith, and attached the forehead onto it. And I would have been last seen peeling away towards the right-hand side to that crowd on the far side to celebrate. I'm not letting that chance get away, but on this occasion, no real conviction from the POREY Spring lads, and the score remains Scottish Car Rental St Andrew Lions 1, Marks Auto Spares POREY Spring 0.
Well, excellent comments from you, Mr. Trevor Turner, former top striker. But the ball angling away in the end, the danger averted. The Lions can roar, the Lions can bite, and the Lions are leading on the night by 1-0. 18 minutes gone. POREY Spring desperately needing to get back into the game. Still a lot of time left to play. Game wide open. We anticipate 3 or 4 goals tonight in this one. There we go with POREY Spring down the right. In fact, that was POREY Spring defending down the left. St Andrew Lions trying to get down the right.
So Williams tucks it inside. Will have the right foot shot again, and that one coming off not necessarily the right part of the boot there from the Scottish Car Rental St Andrew Lions 21, the goal scorer, Jamal Williams, scoring on 12 minutes to make it 1-0.
Well, we're hoping that we can see some footage there of the St Andrew Lions fans on the far right and see how many of them are out tonight, hoping to have a celebration at the conclusion of this one because they lead on the night by 1-0. At the moment, ironically, they have played a leading ball down the left, but the ball is running to touch. So we'll pick up those fans on the far right, a little further across. Let us see how many Lions are over there.
Those are the guys there with the lady in the red jersey, I think it was, in the center
so
there.
Can we go back to that one? We need the right stand, so to speak, the one closest to Sergeant's Village, to see how many Lions and Lioness we see over there. So we're just waiting on Paul to go back to that footage, but at the moment, here we go with the Lions down the right.
So Derico King, wearing number 8, prods it inside. Skeet tries to get onto it. He's hesitant. Oh, this is a decent ball inside. Charge for 2! And it is goal! The Lions definitely rowing this evening. 20 minutes on the clock. And they've bulged the old onion bag a second time there, Keith.
Oh, yeah, they're going over to the fans over on the right.
They sliced them over, Keith.
They're having fun over that side. Give us a little more of them on the right also.
It's like a knife through butter there, Keith. Hot knife through butter. Those passes. Excellent exchange there. Here we go again.
This is good football. Good control. Good possession. POREY Spring. A lot of players back by defending POREY. 1 or 2 players played him onside. That was clinical finishing. If the first one was out of the top drawer, this was on the second drawer. That is number 16 who have scored the goal.
It's Javon Taylor.
So it was Williams, and now it is a Taylor.
It's a Taylor.
So they're driving and they're renting and they're having fun.
The Taylor is definitely making a soup for himself, Keith, to fit the Premier League in the 2019 to 2020 season. 2-0 after 21 minutes.
Comfortable lead, composure galore, clinical finish in all the C's. Composure, clinical, and class. POREY Spring with a mountain to climb at the moment. We are 21 minutes in. And if you remember, Trevor, as a man with all the stats the last game out, the Lions scored 5. So they're not joking around at all tonight. They're continuing that vein of form. They're scoring goals for fun. And unless POREY Spring decide to get some water out of the spring and cool them down, their neighbors will run away with this one on the night and stay in the Premiership. Lot at stake, a place in the Premiership. Here we go with POREY Spring. They've given it away.
So Lions will tidy up. Graves comes all the way back to Dante Hines, who hasn't seen any kind of action this evening so far. And that's because the defense of Donovan Levine playing at centre back, wearing number 20, Dario Aline, is partner in crime and profit, wearing number 4 as well for the St Andrew Lions, sweeping up and cleaning up everything that comes in towards that final third. The POREY Spring will have to think about it again. They're going on the right hand side now. In orange this evening, the St Thomas based POREY Spring will look for a midfield pass, finds it, but then robbed of it by very aggressive Derico King. Peels away, a little bit of a step over and a roll.
He's a player with good touches, King. Very, very good touches.
Excellent. He's been called up to the national team and played a few games, perhaps about 6 months or so ago. Then he didn't seem to find favour in the build-up to the CONCACAF Nations League setup, and was dropped from the starting 11 and the squad eventually, I think. But I think he will be getting another call-up if he's not been called back already. 23 on the clock, and he's had a decent season as well. He's been able to put the ball into the back of the nets a number of times. A quick comparison with the POREY Spring team from last season: 22 goals for 50 against. And now compare them to the 2018-2019 season: 26 goals for 64 against. So they're leaking more goals than the previous year, and that's considered to be not moving forward, Keith. It's moving back, and moving back puts you in a spot to fight for relegation.
Well, they would have to do a lot of work in the coming months to go back in Division 1 and make progress again, and make sure when they come up, if they lose tonight, that they find a way to strengthen the squad and get better results. At the moment, the Lions doing justice to their form so far this season, and leading 2-0 with 24 minutes gone. They must be feeling comfortable and hoping to go on to win this one. On the other hand, though, don't write off POREY Spring. They could come back, and like I predicted earlier, I expect to see at least 3 or 4 goals in this game.
So with 25 on the clock, throwing taken, headed on. Derico King looking to get it there first before
How old is King, Trevor?
before Najee Holder does his damage.
How old is King?
Derico King, he's a former BDF man as far as I can recall as well. So he's in his early 20s to be precise, and therefore he's in with a chance to make a career of it. So is this man Najee Holder as well, playing very deep this evening. He floats one far side as the POREY Spring Gents get on the move. Ball played into the box, but easy for Dante Hines as he gets perhaps his second touch of the evening. It's been all one-way traffic by Scotty's Carrington St Andrew Lions as they've been rewarded with the 2 goals after 26 minutes.
Well, talking about Scotty Rentals, it is quite noticeable here, Trevor, tonight that early in the season, the Lions had 3 Brazilians with them, but I'm not seeing any of them in the last couple of matches. So even if they rented those Brazilians, they have helped them at least to maintain good form. They're here in the Premiership at the moment, looking to stay that way. POREY Spring looking to hit back, but we'll have to wait and see what they will do before the conclusion of the first half. A lot to speak about this relegation battle here and the Premiership Championship match, and also some condolences which I'll pass on a little later. But POREY Spring defending deep inside their own half. St. Andrew Lions have won a throw-in on the right-hand side of midfield, close to the right corner flag. Gives me the opportunity to extend condolences to the Prescotts down in Deacon's Farm, Pat Prescott and Yvonne Prescott. Let's extend condolences here from Trident 10 and the BFA to you and family, and to my beloved son Adrian Prescott, known as Pressy, whose grandmom had passed away. May she rest in peace. She would not be there to join the promotion of the Deacons team, but surely we would want to express condolences to the family.
So 27 minutes on the clock. Not quite a walk in the park for the St. Andrew Lions, but they are starting to take control of it. Won themselves the throw-in as well on this near side after 27.5 minutes.
Trevor, the word you used there was so appropriate. The Lions in the park. You said it would not be a stroll, but they're jogging at the moment, and their head is in front. They lead on the night by 2-0. And last week I did not get in all of my comments, but speaking about Deacon's Farm, we would also want to compliment the team and young Robert Jones, who have done good work along with the other parts of the technical staff and management to get Deacons back to the highest level. He did a fantastic job with the youth team in the under-17 a year ago, winning that tournament, and to have Deacons back in the Premiership, because the last time, I don't have the stats off the top of my head, they played Division 1 years ago, but now they're back in the new Premiership and hoping to do well. Also to Wotton, the neighbours of Gall Hill. There's no Gall Hill in Chung Grant and Austin, etc., but surely they will be looking to do the Christchurch-based team. Don't say a word, Trevor. If the first goal was the top drawer, the second one was the top drawer, the third one is now what, Trevor? Our own goal.
An own goal. Can we say the nail in the coffin? Not quite. Heading for 30 minutes. There can be a comeback if the spirit is right from the St. Thomas base POREY Spring, but that is rubbing salt into the wounds there. He attempted to stop the ball from making its way to the net, and it came off the inside of the right boot, but played in the right places. And you ask questions of defense. This is what you do. There it is, cut out at the back and ran straight into the net eventually, and certainly is running salt into the wounds for Lindell Sandiford, playing at centre back for Marks Auto Space. POREY Spring scores on his own keeper after 29 minutes, and the current score then is Scottish Car Rental St. Andrew Lions 3, Marks Auto Spares POREY Spring 0.
Well, we talk about rentals and we talk about auto parts. So POREY Spring definitely helping the rentals from Scotties and St. Andrew by giving them some auto parts, Trevor. So that's a gift. POREY Spring will have to pull off 2 miracles to come back from 3-0 down, and the halftime whistle has not gone as yet. They're looking to get their opening goal, but the way they're playing at the moment, they don't seem capable of doing that unless they can get Messi and Ronaldo to come on and play with them, and maybe they can get a goal or 2. But at the moment, St. Andrew Lions rowing with the rentals from Scotties, and they're leading 3-0. They will leave St. Andrew and go all the way to Grantley Adams Airport, I'm sure, tonight with their celebration. It's easy, so easy.
Yeah, it certainly is. The Deacons team, as you said, being promoted. And with it, they got off to a really fabulous start. The early part of the new season. And you will see that the results will just rolling off one after the others. As the
oh my goodness, the Lions are having fun.
They're having a real ball here. They took out Ivy Rovers 3-2. There was also the 2-1 victory against the Barbados Defence Force. 2-0 over Bagatelle. Scores like that. Then, Haynesville, 3-0. A 3-1 over Silver Sands. 5-0 over Whitehall Titans. Ivy Rovers, 0. Deacons 5. So straight away you see they were off to a ripping start. Continued that throughout the season and were able to top zone number 1 of Division 1 and make their way into those playoffs to see who comes champion, and then took both games in the playoff to crown themselves as champions. This is a corner kick, far post, defended very well from the POREY Spring defence there as he flicks that one off the top of the head and lets it go over the other side of the field. But with 32 minutes gone, it's a long journey home, and it's also a long journey to see if the POREY Spring team can get something out of the bag. That one just past the far post, falling very well there, but stroking it wide, Keith, on 32 minutes. As the score remains St. Andrew Lions 3, POREY Spring 0.
Well, St. Andrew Lions playing sweet football. I use the word sweet deliberately because that was a sweet, sweeping move. The shot just going agonizingly wide of the upright, but they're really playing very well at the moment. Lots of grapes and fat porks down in St. Andrew, so they'll celebrate the whole week. They'll have lots and lots of fun, I am sure. I remember going to St. Andrews many times when I work at the Sports Council with Dennis Leacock. Good night, Dennis. And he has developed lots of players from that area, and surely Nascimento were there before, and now the St. Andrew Lions roaring and driving the Scotty Rentals all over Barbados, because they lead on the night by 3-0. POREY Spring with more than a mountain to climb.
For sure, it's that way. The Scotty Rentals St. Andrew Lions, well, after having been beaten just once during a period of 9 outings in the early part of 2019, with losses against Weymouth Wales, UWA Blackbirds 5-4. The Wales beat them 2-0, and Dames beat them 3-1. They also were dumped out of the Champions Cup quarterfinals 4-2 by Crane and Equipment Ellerton. So in conclusion, a bit of a topsy-turvy season for them, but they were able to turn it around excellently, and this latter part of the season they'll be able to grab a number of points along the way, and it's put them in good stead for this playoff section of the tournament. Their form is a lot better than POREY Spring, and therefore the Lions start as massive favourites here, with the POREY Spring being the underdog according to the results and according to the stats last year between for POREY Spring. They haven't improved a tremendous amount of the way they play, and therefore they're suffering by that start here. Ball through the center, looking for that return pass. It's not on, and the clearance made, attempted actually, but here's Williams, the danger man, down the left hand side. 35 on the clock. He'll do a bit of trickery there on that left hand side. We'll look to cut it across. Comes off the defender last, and then good defensive work. Toe poked forward, still gives up possession though. Braffett into the box, strong tackle. Norman Dave Graves, the ref this evening, seeing nothing wrong with that tackle and allowing the ball to flow. Yeah, 50-50 in the end, and all's well that ends well for POREY Spring. They defended well on this occasion, and the score remains 3-0 to St. Andrew Lions. They'll need to dig deep though, Keith, if they're in any way looking to come back into this one. They'll need a few quality chances as well, but at this point in time after 35, we're not seeing where the chances are coming from, because the St. Andrew Lions are much too quick to the ball and able to use it a lot better than POREY Spring.
To be honest with you, in the history of Barbados football, very few teams come back from 3-0 down. And surely, I'm not saying they can't come back, but they would have to do a lot of work in the remaining 10 minutes before the end of the first half and make some substitutions at halftime, bring fresh legs, and give it the last and best shot if they want to stay and play at the turf in the coming season. POREY Spring 0, St Andrew Lions 3.
So the Lions are leading 3-0. Goal by Dante Hines as goalkeeper. Left back is Brian Stewart, Donovan Levine and Dario Allen weighing 20 and 4 respectively are the centre backs. Right back this evening is number 9 Zico Graves. Two holding midfielders in Andre Applewhite weighing 14 and Shakir Skeet weighing 6. With the likes of Derico King allowed to go free on the left, and sometimes he pops up on the right hand side as well, wearing the number 8. Goal scorer Jamal Williams is perched on the left hand side, far left, and that's where he's doing all of his damage, and will score his first goal this evening on 12 minutes. Ably assisted this evening by Kareem Jordan weighing 7, and another goal scorer Javon Taylor, who scored the second goal on 21 minutes. He's wearing number 16. The other goal scorer was an own goal by number 13, Lindell Sandiford, the centre back for Marks Auto Spares POREY Spring.
At the moment, it seems that the Lions are playing with 12 or 13 men. They're playing with supreme confidence, passing the ball into the gaps, moving and running off the ball has been superb. And POREY Spring, understandably, need half time to come quickly to change the tactical approach. And here we go again with the Lions. He is just straight offside. But Trevor, I noticed you shook your head. They're playing very, very confidently.
Yeah, I think they would have compared stats, their stats against the POREY Spring stats. And if you were to just do that and see what turns up, well, let's do that and see what turns up. 22 games played. This is Scottish Carolina St Andrew Lions. 9 wins, 3 draws, 10 losses, goals for 35, goals against 34. A goal difference of 130 points on the season in the zonal matchups. Compare that to the 22 matches that Marks Auto Spares POREY Springs have played. They've only won 4 matches, drawn 3, lost 15, goals for just 27, and goals against 70. A goal difference of 43 and only 15
You're
points.
speaking about cricket?
Definitely not. These are CSI stats and ably assisted by Trident 10 as well. And you can see straight away that there's a big disparity. The Scotties can find lots of goals to score. There's goals for 35, and St Andrew Lions, they're blazing their own little trail, even though they're in a tough zone. They're still able to hold their own and play a quality style of football. The POREY Spring team, as I said before, up and down all season long, not necessarily sure of themselves, the philosophy of maintaining possession of the ball, creating the chances from the midfield, and really putting teams to the sword. A bit absent from them this year, and they'll need a lot more. You need a lot more in this league to maintain your spot in the Premier League, and if you don't have it, then you will make the slide down to try to rebuild and come again next year.
I hope the teams that are coming up, Deacons Farm or Warden Silver Sands, who are no stranger to the top league, recognize that if you're going to play at the highest level defensively, you have to come to the turf every weekend and during the week and be tough at the back. It will not only be about stylish looking football, but you would have to tighten your defense, because I always predict, I always preach and coach, good defense win the titles. And surely you would have learned many lessons from Youth Milan, Soccer Academy, and now POREY Spring. They have conceded too many goals to stay in the Premiership. And I know it's still another 45 and 6 minutes to play for POREY Spring to come back. But like I said, it will take more than a miracle for them to win this game the way they're playing. So those teams that coming up to the Premiership next season, strengthen your defensive game. Not the defenders, your defensive game, because that is important to keep it tight at the back at all times. So we roll inside the last 5 minutes of the half. POREY Spring 0, Scotty Rental St Andrew Lions 3.
The Scottish Carolina St Andrew Lions go by Dante Hines in goal. The back four consisting of Brian Stewart, wearing 5, Donovan Lewin doing 20, Dario Allen, the number 4, and Zico Graves has cemented his spot at right back for the Lions. In midfield, Andrea Braffett, more defensive. Shakir Skeet, the one looking to leave his position and create problems for the POREY Spring defence. He's done it brilliantly this evening as well. The Rico King is on the left-hand side, and he can float left and right as well, wearing the number 8. Jamal Williams wearing 21, as I said, and Kareem Jordan just behind Javon Taylor, who hit the back of the nets on 21 minutes, wearing 16. This one floated across. Easy take in there, Keith, for the St Andrew Lions keeper Dante Hines. Steady sting, quells the danger, and then floats one up the field on the left-hand side. That would be after 41.5 minutes.
Well, he took that one cleanly in the sand, but he wasted it with a kick. I thought he would have looked to build it up as he has been doing most of the game. He's now had a lot of work to do, and surely my only suggestion for POREY Spring is to make sure they catch the bus, don't mind the bus fare, head over to Calma Rock, stop over by Purity, get some of the good nutritious stuff, the fiber 6, the whole wheat salt bread, the all-rounder, and surely once you use the wonderful nutritious loaves from Purity, you'll be able to score some goals like Scottish Rentals Lions. 3-0 the scoreline, Trev. A player from St Andrew Lions down and out, but he's back up on his feet. And I think the young lady said her name is Joyanne. She has done excellent work throughout the season, Trevor. She's always sprinted to be there medically when a Lions player go down. So let her also give her credit. And POREY Spring not too far behind. You notice that the ladies have come out this season as the medics, which is always good for the men. And therefore, treat the ladies right, and you'll have a good night. No pun intended.
Yeah, definitely so. 43 minutes on the clock. Just 2 minutes to the half-time whistle. I'm sure that POREY Spring will want it to come a lot quicker than that, because they've been really put under pressure by Scottish Carolina St Andrew Lions team that making their intentions known, want to remain in the Premier League. It's been a hard battle to get here, and you don't want to give it up so easily. Well, the way to do that is to score a couple of goals, or maybe 3, just before the half-time whistle, and that gives you the cushion required to maintain control of the game. Here's Levine looking to maintain control. He loses possession. On the right, this is the POREY Spring team into the box. Good turn. Tries to strike it with the left there.
All green shirts back in numbers.
He runs into Donovan Levine's brick wall, who plays that leading ball to Derico King. King will taunt and tease. Cut it inside.
Oh, that is sweet.
Sweet little 1-2. Out comes the keeper. Gets there first and then makes the save as well. 44 on the clock. Good save from Anthony Rollins. Came with a conviction there, Keith. Shows that he's still in the game. Even though 3 have gone past him, he's not giving it up that easy.
Well, that was good football from the Lions going forward, but good defensive work from POREY Spring, and then good goalkeeping. But POREY Spring, at the moment, really hoping that the whistle would soon go, get inside, make some changes, come back out in the second half, try to take a few teeth out of the Lions, and roar no more for the Lions if POREY Spring can do that. But at the moment, one would have to confess and admit that is all from the beginning St Andrew Lions, and they deservedly lead on the night by 3-0.
It goes from Jamal Williams on 12 minutes, Javon Taylor on 21, and an own goal by Lindell Sandiford, the number 13 for POREY Spring.
Will be inside time added on for stoppages, Trev. Not a lot of stoppages in this one. I anticipate maybe 1 or 2 minutes the most. The game has been played very clean and very open, but here we go with POREY Spring as a handball. Late flag, but surely POREY Spring drawn all the way back. 3-0. Trevor, any number has gone up? How many minutes are down for stoppages? I think it's going up any moment now.
The board, digital board, hasn't been updated as yet. So I think it's up to the referee here at this point in time, but according to our clocks, 45-1 has been confirmed. That's halftime here at Wildy, with the Marks Auto Spares POREY Spring FC trailing by 3 goals. Classified halftime score, then it's Scotty's Car Rental St Andrew Lions 3, Marks Auto Spares POREY Spring 0.
And the first half, that was all about St Andrew Lions. They started slowly, POREY Spring. They have never lifted the game. And St Andrew Lions full of running, full of confidence, and at the same time, full of goals. A good first half for them. They lead on the night. St Andrew Lions 3, POREY Spring United 0.
So as we head to that halftime break here at the Wildy Turf, just a reminder then that you're viewing Trident 10 TV's coverage of the Barbados Football Association's Premier League for the 2018-2019 season. Lots more from Keith and myself and the Trident 10 crew after the break.
Barbados Steel Works, we're more than just steel. Foundation to roof and everything in between. Building or renovating, there is simply no debating. We supply all your construction needs. Visit our store today for a deal. Barbados Steel Works, a name you can trust. Quality material depend on us. Barbados Steel Works, we're more than just steel. Foundation to roof and everything in between. Come to Barbados Steel Works.
This is Kurt Brown, and I love mixing as a DJ and with my go-to drink, Clayton's Cola Tonic. Clayton's mixes with hard or soft. It's your secret and mine what we mix with Clayton's. Change it up depending on the event. I love the energy I get from it to keep me going all night long. Clayton's will know why you're up, and so will I. But your secret is safe. Clayton's Cola Tonic. Take it any way you like.
This thing in your hand, always in your hand. We looked at how you use it and said, what can we do with that? You can top up, check your account balance, pay your credit card bill, all from your smartphone. Yeah, it's way cooler when you have banking that thinks of you. It starts with you. Scotiabank.
You on the flank, in the middle, 3/4 turn, that's your camera over there. No. turn a little bit to right, 3/4 turn towards you. A semicircle kind of thing towards kite camera. Stand by. And go.
Thank you for joining us for Trident 10's coverage of the Barbados Football Association's Premier League. We're at half-time in this relegation playoff between St Andrew Lions, Scottish Car Rentals, St Andrew Lions, and Mark's Auto Spares, POREY Spring. And the score at half-time is a whopping 3-0 in favour of St Andrew Lions. So we kind of have an idea of who is going to stay up. On my left, I have Kwame Paris. He's a football connoisseur, a coach, a commentator. And on my right, I have Anmar Goodrich Boys. He is also a journalist, and he is his fame reaches the IOC levels because he's an IOC young reporter. I'll start with you, Anmar. How did you see that game panning out for you?
This one.
This one, the relegation play.
Well, to give credit to St Andrew Lions, I think that they have dominated the first half. We've seen the likes of Jamal Williams on the score sheet. I mean, he has been spectacular in the first playoff game. So to come here tonight as a teenager and kind of lead the way for your team, I think that is good. POREY Springs, they haven't given much. And St Andrew Lions, they have the deserved 3-0 lead at halftime.
Yes, I agree with that. I think St Andrew Lions have shown more desire. Kwame, how do you see POREY Spring trying to get back in this game?
I think we need to get Damian Thornton into the game. I'm disappointed they didn't even start the game. But when you look at the game, I guess it's playing true to form based on how both teams have played respectively during the course of the season.
So this year's format showed 2 groups of 6 teams, and POREY Spring came, I think, second last in their zone. So, and they had less points than St Andrew Lions. So if it was a straight league, we would see, in that case, POREY Spring going down and St Andrew Lions staying up. Now, is this format going to benefit teams come this side of the season, because POREY Spring are in the playoffs with 15 points, I believe, and St Andrew Lions have 30. So do you think it's fair? Do you think it should be changed?
It gives teams at the bottom end a second chance. I don't necessarily think that it benefits anyone, because if you're playing poorly, you need a miracle ready to turn around your form. And even at this stage of the season, it's probably tired legs and fatigue wearing in. So to get the better out of your team at that stage is more difficult than trying to play better throughout the duration of the season. I don't think it's a system that I will continue with, because in the structure of international leagues, it's best you should be able to maintain an order in terms of most points stay up, and the teams at the bottom go down.
So, Mr. Goodrich Boys, 3-0 for St Andrew Lions. I think it's much deserved based on how they've played today and how they've played this season. So do you see them consolidating their Premier League status for the next 45 minutes?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of how many St Andrew Lions will get at this stage. It could be 5 or 6. Like I said, they've dominated the first half, and I see more of the same going into the second. POREY Springs have had good players. They have Najee Holder. I think they need to get him on the ball if they're going to make something of it. We saw him score the crucial goal for them last time out when they played in their playoff game. So I think they need to get Najee Holder, Damian Thornton on the ball. These are the guys that are going to make something happen for POREY Spring if they're going to achieve a great comeback here tonight. But for right now, the Lions are running.
So we talked about the players from POREY Spring who have to step up, but what about the players from Lions who they have to stop in order to get a result?
Well, I think is Dariko King. He has been playing well. Andre Braffett, but King, I saw him make some decisions that I would question. A number of occasions, he had his options to the left, options to the right, and he opted to beat his man where the players were obviously in advanced positions where there could have been more goal-scoring opportunities. I think at this stage of the game, you cannot take anything for granted. 3-0 is a big margin on your opponent, but you have to bear your chances.
Well, speaking of burying chances and speaking of not taking things for granted, we're going to stick a pin there and focus on the game that's coming later at 8 p.m, the championship playoff between Weymouth Wales and BDF Sports Programme. Now, the first leg ended in a 2-2 draw, and the second leg ended in a 2-0 win for BDF. And this evening, we have the culmination of that series. Kwame Paris, how do you see that one ending up?
To me, Weymouth Wales has played the better of the football over the 2 games. though not taking their chances, BDF has been more clinical. I think starting the game, needing to score 2 goals, you already know what you have to do. But the biggest threat for me will be, can Will stop BDF from scoring? But I believe that all is not lost in this encounter.
And Mar, you've had a lot to say about this game. Who are the main guys that you're looking out for?
Well, I'll first start by saying this. We've seen some great combats in football all this season, at the regional level, at the local level, and the international level. To me, I think that Weymouth Wales may come back and win it tonight. Believe it or not, 2-0 advantage, BDF, they have the 2-0 advantage. However, they're going to be missing key players like Ronaldo Trim and Akin Hill. Those were big defenders, and those players played a big part in BDF being victorious, the 2-0, and BDF drawing the first game 2-2. So I think without the likes of Akeem Hill and Ronaldo Trim, BDF will struggle at the back tonight, and Weymouth Wales will get those two goals. And it'll be funny if Weymouth Wales score the 2 goals early on. I think it's going to be a very nervous night for the BDF.
So before we continue this relegation playoff, you're going to call it now, Wales or BDF? Who's going to win the championship?
Well, I said in the newspaper today it's going to be Weymouth Wales, and I think it'll go all the way down to penalty kicks.
Kwame Paris, Weymouth Wales or BDF?
Wales.
You heard it from these guys. But first, this playoff, Lions or POREY Spring? Who stays up?
Obviously, the Lions will stay up. The Lions should stay up.
I think you're being biased. Lions or POREY Spring?
I think Lions have done enough to secure the position.
Well, you've heard it here, fans, and we're going to resume now the second half of St. Andrew Lions versus POREY Spring. We'll be back soon after these messages with Keith Griffith and Trevor Thorne.
This is Kurt Brown, and I love mixing as a DJ and with my go-to drink, Clayton's Cola Tonic. Clayton's mixes with hard or soft. It's your secret and mine what we mix with Clayton's. Change it up depending on the event. I love the energy I get from it to keep me going all night long. Clayton's will know why you're up, and so will I. But your secret is safe. Clayton's Cola Tonic. Take it any way you like.
Some Johnny Walker, drinking some fire water. Brandy or some Johnny Walker, drinking some fire water. With a punch in 3-0 brandy or some Johnny Walker. Pick up our drinkers in at this place right now. I got all of a yellow wine while I'm drinking some fire water. Energy got me feeling so high.
The action here at Wildy. Yes, good evening and welcome back to the action here at Wildy, as I was saying. The whistle has gone. We're into the second half of the relegation battle between Mars Auto Spears POREY Spring, 5th in zone number 1, and Scottish Car Rental St. Andrew Lions, who ended very close to the bottom of zone number 2. 0-0, in fact, 0-0 obviously at the start of this one, but certainly Scottish Car Rentals St. Andrew Lions taken the game by the scruff of the neck. Scored 2 early goals from Jamal Williams on 12 minutes and Javon Taylor on 21. And the Lindell Sandiford 30th minute own goal gave them the 3-goal cushion just before the half-time whistle. And at present, the Lions in the green jerseys, black shorts and white socks, going from right to left in this second half, leading 3-0. The opposition this evening, Scottish Car Rentals, the opposition for Scotties would be POREY Spring team in the orange jerseys, blue shorts and orange socks. Here's a ball down the left. Williams in possession. Floats it far post. It's the minute on the clock in the second half. And coming out of the defence, POREY Spring. This is decent stuff from them. Yes, that's a great ball. Takes it very well and cuts towards the edge of the box here. Will cut onto the right foot. Back onto the left side again. Doing a bit too much there, Keith. And in the end, ball taken easily by Graves.
Where was the POREY Spring players?
Yeah, the other players just didn't seem to have the will to go.
No, they come back out looking extremely cold because he ran all of 15 yards with the ball and still no one there to support him. They will need to step up and step up quickly because the Lions are back in numbers again. Good ball down the right by POREY Spring. This will run into touch.
Yeah, too much on it there from Shakir Stewart. For me, he's playing a bit too deep. Stewart needs to play right up front and allow the midfield to do their work. Then he can put the finishing touches on any of those balls in and around the 18-yard box. But at present, he's deep in the midfield, trying to pull the strings next to Pico Nurse wearing number 14. Stewart is number 11, is number 9 in his usual number 9 shirt, but not playing in the number 9 spot. And a little devoid of ideas when it gets to the front men. Those front men consist of Ryan Stewart and Nicholas Griffith. I think he should play a bit more up front and let one of the others drop back. Here's King. Floats it, and the left foot shot coming in this time from Javon Taylor, dropping into that nice spot in the middle of the 18-yard box there, and then spanking it with the volley. But still no joy on this in the second half for him. He's already put one into the back of the nets on 21 minutes. That made it 2-0. But the score remains 3-0 with him slashing that one over the crossbar, Keith.
Well, Trevor, I believe that apart from doing commentary and all the other things you do, you may need to go into teaching players how to finish and how to stay in the box, because night after night when you come, we are seeing some top class strikers, top class in the fact that they play for the national team, playing much too deep, Trevor. Like you mentioned in Stewart, he has to be in and around the box to give his team a chance to score goals. There's no point you being the striker and you all the way back in the opponent third 90% of the time. So maybe that could be a new rule for you in the coming season. Teaching the strikers how to play inside the box and score goals.
We always open to that type of strategy. Just give us a call at CSI and you can work something out. Just get your strikers through some of the rudiments of where to be, to just take one touch and you're in on goal, rather than 2 and 3 and 4 touches. That ball all the way back this time to the keeper, but he was unaware that it was coming back to him. Had to sprint 10 to 15 yards there to tidy it up. In the end, he done the necessary. Here's Stewart looking to feed someone else rather than someone looking to feed him. The score remains St. Andrew Lions 3, POREY Spring 0.
Well, I'm wondering if a good friend of mine will be looking to join Pilots and come back as a striker this season by the name of Jermaine Manning. He is here at the game having a good time to come to support Wales. He was a top striker who went off to China and Czechoslovakia, and he is a box man. So maybe, Pilots could use him in the coming season. But overall, players like Pappy Chandler, Stewart, they must play in and around the area because they know how to finish in the situation. And at the moment, POREY Spring crying out for goal. Is that a player who have gone down on the far side belonging to the Lions? That's a yellow card given. And surely it is not easy to knock a Lion on the ground, but one is on the ground at the moment, Trev. And they're calling the medic far over, unless he has a hamstring problem.
POREY Spring, man, really let him feel the leather there, Keith. He really went through with the tackle. A little bit of afters as well. And therefore, yellow card was just after 51.5 minutes. I think he slid onto the cemented area there as well. I think that's what really created the problem. The tackle was a bit late, but then he ended up on the hard surface there and was injured in the process. 52 on the clock. The Lions from St Andrew continue to lead here at Wildy in the relegation battle match. It's 3-0 after 52 minutes.
Well, after 52 minutes, POREY Spring still needing a goal to get back into this one, but the Lions are comfortably in the lead. They're passing the ball with authority and conviction. They're trying to do that now to look for goal number 4, but clearance there from the POREY Spring keeper. But just a little word about POREY Spring. Even if they're relegated, I believe they have the potential to be a very talented Premiership team. They have to work on their fitness. They have to work on their defensive skills. And most of all, they need to work on possession of the ball. They love to pass the ball, but at times they do it at a very slow rate. So these are things that they would have to start working on, maybe in the off season and during the Capelli Cup. They need to work on those things if they want to come back into the Premiership. They are full of enthusiasm. They have a lot of good, talented players, but the teamwork must improve. Defensively, they must improve, and hope that they can come back in 2019-20 season and show that they are capable of staying up at the top. At the moment, though, they need 4 goals if they're going to stay at the top, because the Lions lead by 3-0 on the night.
So POREY Spring with the clearance to the midfield. Pass is still not coming together there on that left-hand side. 3 passes and then it all breaks down for them. It's throwing taken quickly by the Lions. That's the 25-yarder into the box. It goes, falls kindly there, but can't get his first touch right. Kareem Jordan on 52 minutes there, and ball over the touchline for a goal kick.
Well, his first touch let him down badly there. He tried to squeeze between the 2 defenders, but it was too much on it, and in the end the ball running into touch. Surely POREY Spring need to be back into this game as quickly as possible, because once you reach the 60th minute and they've not scored, I don't think they can come back. But here we go now with goal number 4 in the making. Shot comes in, good save. Good football again from the Lions. Good goalkeeping. But that was destined to be goal number 4. But brilliance in the goal. Ball turn around the post. Corner kick. The Lions still easy. Easier than Sunday morning. Straight into Sunday night. 3-0 the lead at the moment.
So Tyner's left boot is the Lions number 9, Zico Graves. Ball attempted catch there. Gets the luck of the bounce. This is Anthony Rawlings. And eventually clears. The Lions look to come forward. 1 possession again. Graves. Brave as a Lion there. Ball floated through and back to Rawlings again, who'll distribute to his right this time. He's tried the left hand side. That ball came right back to him. He's changed the point of attack now. Clearance made.
Well, Rollins have had 1 or 2 little balls to deal with here in the second half in the last few minutes, and you've done it very, very well. But he must be wondering, what have I done wrong tonight? I've not made any mistakes, and still be thrilled by the 3-goal margin. Lions, on the other hand, at the moment, Trevor just cruising. They're not really pressing and putting their foot on the gas. They're happy to maintain the lead, and Coach King is looking to make a substitution. And he would be a happy man that he have traveled all the way from the Pine down to St Andrew, and his team will stay in the top league. That's a long sweeping ball. Still the Lions with possession. Play it short. This will be played through the gap. Not a good ball. And in the end, Lions win it back. Like I said earlier, they seem to be playing with 13 men. They're having a jolly old time and having a very easy, comfortable lead, comfortable victory they're heading for, and maintaining their status in the Premiership.
I was thinking that the Lions would go for the juggler from early, Keith, and start with Shamar Edwards, but he was listed as a substitute. I believe I see him warming up on the near side here for the Lions, so more of a threat to the score line if Shamar Edwards gets onto the field of play for the Lions, and more of a headache for Mark's Auto Spares POREY Spring if he joins the battle. Probably on about 60 minutes. There'll be lots more balls into the box, and he has the knack of finishing very well. And if he can get onto the field, this could really be a rope for the POREY Spring team. On the other hand, still looking for Pico Nurse to stamp his authority on the game in the middle of the midfield for POREY Spring. And of course, I want them to release Najee Holder from such a defensive posture. Release Holder, and of course Shaquille Stewart. Let Stewart go all the way up. Holder come into the midfield. Find someone to play. Perhaps Pico Nurse could play at the back. We're accustomed seeing him play at right back or centre back, and breathe some new life into the St. Thomas based team and see if they can actually make a real match of this. 3 is not unsurmountable, but they'll need to start with 1 first.
Well, Trevor, I don't know what they're going to do to get a goal, because they have not tested the St. Andrew landscape in the second half. And they're just going through the motions at the moment. They don't seem too keen of pushing forward. They just, I can't even say playing. They may make me wrong here. No, that's a good looking ball at the far post. Runs into touch, but there's no enthusiasm, Trevor, at the moment. Something is definitely missing from POREY Spring tonight. Normally when they go a goal or 2 behind, you can see them fighting and battling, but it is not there. Maybe the season has been a long one for them.
Certainly has been a long one for most teams.
Well, the others have finished.
Yeah, but remember in the 2-1 victory over Youth Milan, they showed good grit. They were down on, I believe, just past the second half when Jaleel Corbin hit his 3rd of the season for Youth Milan. They came roaring back with a Jason Jilts finish. On goal like that, and then Najee Holder came to the party as well. So that's what I'm saying. They're hinging their hopes on the likes of Holder, but they're playing him in defense rather than in an attacking role. And how can he influence the team in an attacking way if he's playing so far back in defense? And the same thing for Shaquille Stewart. I'm not sure if the tactics this evening are totally correct in going for the jugular and really running the Scottish Carwin St. Andrew Lions team off the park. They haven't gone for that. They've gone more passive to then come at the back end and try to really get the points, not the points, try to get the victory this evening. Perhaps they should have gone on the forefront or the front foot in the early part of this game, and maybe they could have been off to a better start.
Well, Trevor, I guess you'll have to get another game for them, because tonight they don't look like if they're even interested. Goal number 4 in the making, they get all tangled up, and in the end they clear it. But like I was saying earlier, they're not playing with any enthusiasm. A Lions player have gone down, they put his hand in the ear. And I guess they seem willing to go back down to Division 1. And hopefully they would learn from the experience and come back in a little bit stronger.
Nothing beats experience. As you said, they've been able to survive this far, but of course it's the finishing touches here that's going to make the difference between the two teams. St. Andrew Lions much more hungry for the victory in the first half, and certainly in the second half they're still relatively first to the ball between themselves and POREY Spring, and that's the main reason why they've been able to create the three chances in the first place. And with 63 minutes on the clock, looking for more here from right back Zico Graves as he looks to deliver this corner kick into the box. And another goal here, and POREY Spring will certainly be totally out of it and won't be able to come back from 4 after 2/3 of the game has expired. Just awaiting the change here. POREY Spring Gent making his way off the field, but it don't seem to have the substitute ready to come onto the field of play. That's the corner kick. It's a defensive header from Shaquille Stewart. Playing very deep this evening. Leading ball played. And asking for it. Dante Hines will survey. Gets a little cheeky and is able to play it over to the left-hand side as the Lions come out of their defense. Lots of room and space and time to play there, Keith. No POREY Spring man in sight, although they're giving away the possession at this point in time. And going down the right-hand side, it's at the left-hand side for the POREY Spring team now as they put together a couple of rare passes. That's a poor ball. Out comes Hines and collects very easily. 64 on the clock. 3-0 to the Lions. And they're certainly in the ascendancy here, Keith, at Wildy.
Well, they're truly in the ascendancy. They're going to stay in the Premiership if it continues this way. They have shown that they have that class and ability to play good football, even without the 3 Brazilians. And one will look forward to seeing them unless POREY Spring can spring a surprise and come roaring back. And here we go again with the Lions looking for goal number 4. Must be goal number 4. They're already playing some excellent football down the left, across the area, into the back of the goal. And Trevor, I can easily sit up now and say, without a shadow of doubt, POREY Spring, dead, buried, and going. 4 goals have been scored. I said that I believe that 3 or 4 goals. Watch this play. This is excellent football. Not a POREY Spring defender in the middle to stop anything. And the guy came in at the back, put it in the back of the net. So you have to give them credit. Good football from POREY Spring.
Yeah, Shakir Skeeter.
Sorry, good football from St. Andrew Lions. POREY Spring, weak at the back.
Yeah, definitely the Shakir Skeet run. Ended it off with a brilliant cross, bisecting the keeper Rollins and the likes of Lindell Sandiford and Najee Holder for Kareem Jordan to slide in on 65 minutes. 4-0 is the score. Scottish Car Rental St. Andrew Lions 4, Marks Auto Spares POREY Spring 0.
Well, we still have a long way to go here. 25 minutes of this game remain. Can POREY Spring find a goal? Can they put the game back on track and try to stay in the Premiership? I would say I don't think so on the night. And unless they can find some magical stuff from somewhere and someone, they are going to go crashing out of the Premiership. Goal number 5 in the making. Just wide. Trevor, they're playing with supreme confidence. POREY Spring, they're just on the pitch.
They certainly are. Kareem Jordan with his 2nd goal of the season. He already scored against the UWI Blackbirds in the cross zone, round 21 on 58 minutes. A right foot finish. And tonight he's done it all over again. 2 for the season. Late starter for the St. Andrew Lions, but he's certainly making his presence felt here after 67 minutes. Into the box. Clearance made. A very stubborn defense, this St. Andrew Lions. They've been playing very astutely all season long. In fact, for most of it. Every now and then they will make a mistake or two. But excellent player from the Lions.
Well, they're really having a good time, Trevor.
Yeah, you're seeing Shakir Skeet at his brilliant best man, the number 6 there, twisting and turning, then going back for a second piece. It's almost like eating a Sunday meal and then going back for more, Keith. And your mum says you cannot have any more, but you sneak inside and you steal out the little leg or something and you munch on that.
Well, I'm certain that they have been using lots of wonderful purity stuff. Fiber 6, salt bread, whole wheat, all-rounders, you name it. The Lions have been using it.
Run it.
POREY Spring will need to use some and try to get it right, Trevor. But this game finished 4-0 to the Lions. Very, very, very comfortable victory. And again, we want to compliment all those medics who have been doing a very, very good job the whole season. When players go down, they're there very quickly. One on POREY Spring, the keeper seemed to have problems there coming off. And on the other side, the young lady from St. Andrew Lions, she is making sure that her players are ready to go. But the keeper's coming out, Trevor. Did you see what went wrong with him?
He's had a couple of occasions that he's come together. I think he's perhaps pulled something there. Anthony Rawlings as he...
And he's a big, massive guy.
He limps off after 69 minutes. The two medics this evening, Chantel Clark from POREY Spring, and of course Sherry Ann Graves, the St. Andrew Lions medic. Both doing excellent jobs for the full season. Substitution made. 69 on the clock. And can this make a difference? Can it remain then 4-0 with a good performance from the substitute keeper for POREY Spring? We'll wait and see what happens, but certainly do have a 20-minute period to weather the storm here, Keith. Or it could be really the final nails in the coffin, the final rites for the POREY Spring team here as they're trailing by 4 clear goals. And there's no letting up from the lads from St. Andrew Lions.
Well, no, they're going to score and score and score. They scored 5 the other night. They're hoping to get 5 or 6 tonight. And there will be one happy family going back all the way to St. Andrew. POREY Spring, fortunately, don't have to travel as far. But they will be starting to organize themselves to come back, hopefully, in 2 seasons from now. But they have given us some color and life at times with good football. But on this night, they surely have not gotten it right. They have not even tested Dante Hines in goal for the Lions. This is goal number 5. Oh, you said it wide.
He's gone wide of the mark there. Shamar Edwards, Keith, coming on.
The big Edwards, he has a powerful looking striker. I thought he should have taken that ball with him a little more, Trevor, and just squeezed it into the corner. He went for goal early. It's gone wide. And the Lions looking to make another substitution. 70 minutes gone. St. Andrew, Scotty Renters Lions 4. Otter Spears, POREY Spring 0.
So a change then for the Lions. It's another change. I believe it is Brian Stewart making way for Kieran Boyce, wearing number 3 after 71 minutes. So more pressure on POREY Spring as the Lions make a few changes. And hopefully for them, the few changes means more goals. For POREY Spring, they'll need to continue to defend strongly. They've been doing that in patches. Haven't been able to make the outlets count here as they're going down the right this time. Bit of pressure there from Edwards. Wins his team the ball at left back. Plays a decent ball into Braffett, who turns on a sixpence, as they say in the past. And then the outlet ball played down the right hand side. Graves looking to get onto it, but he made a move a bit too quick on 72 minutes. And the score remains St. Andrew Lions 4, POREY Spring 0.
A good passing and movement again from POREY Spring. They're playing with supreme confidence and conviction. And definitely on this performance, no one can question that they're good enough to play in the Premiership next season.
The POREY Spring team best run of form, Keith, was all the way back in round number 3, where they beat Dames 3-1. A draw with University of the West Indies Blackbirds 2-2, and another 2-1 victory over the now relegated RBC Capital Markets Barbados Soccer Academy. That's their best run, and since then it's been loss after loss. A draw in between there, 3 losses on the trot, in fact 5 losses on the trot then in the cross zone matches. A victory against the Soccer Academy, as they said before, followed by another 3 losses against, in fact 4 losses against the Ellerton team, BDS Sports Program, Empire, and then a 6-1 thrashing which Paradise inflicted on them on May 5th. So they haven't, they really haven't been playing at the highest level, and certainly haven't been able to get any major results against any of the top teams and middle of the table teams either. So it's been tough going for them in the 2018-2019 season, and last year, as you saw from the, or you heard from the stats before, it was difficult to win games and plenty of draws along the way, but nothing much to write home about. And it continues to be the same thing for them in the final game of the season, the relegation battle matchup against the St Andrew Lions, and they're trailing with the 4-0 result, staring them in the face here at this point in time, with just about 15 or so minutes remaining in their 2018-2019 season.
Well, they would need to really work hard in the outer season. Like I said, a lot of beach work, a lot of tactical ball work, a lot of technical ball work. And from our position here, what we would want to advise them to do is to practice a lot of 7v7, 5v5, and 9v9. That allows the players to control the ball much better, move it quicker, and then obviously they will need to introduce some good finishing, because at the moment they have not even tested the keeper on one occasion in the second half. So a number of things to work on. Maybe they can get 1 or 2 other players to come over and join them in their effort to come back up. I know they're a very difficult team to beat when they're playing at home in Division 1, because the field is different to most fields in Barbados. And surely, with their natural ability, good preparation, who knows, in a year or 2, they could be back in the Premiership.
So Levine with the assist. Good save from goalkeeper Ryan Hope. Came onto the field of play as a substitute on 70 minutes. His first real chance to shine, or time to shine, was just now, and he stuck out the left boot, turned it around the post, and has made his first save of the evening there, Keith. Good stuff from substitute Hope after 76 minutes.
Well, there's still hope then for POREY Spring after that save, because they were under the cosh then in trouble. That was his first test since he've come on, and he did extremely well. 75 minutes gone, POREY Spring 0, St Andrew Lions 4.
So the resulting corner kick for a post, and Hope gives hope to POREY Spring. Keith, he goes through the air, plucks that one out of the night sky, and maintains possession of it as well. So he's doing a very good job here. Distributes to the left hand side as they try to put together a couple of passes. Can they get a consolation here in their final game of the 2018-2019 season? We wait to see. They've shown some good composure here as they put together the passes. Losing possession after 76. And that's a defensive header. Goes a little bit awkward.
So how slow they're moving? That's what I'm saying. They need to get to the beach and do some physical training, because they just walk to that ball. Their legs seem to have gone.
They're struggling a bit here, the POREY Spring team. 76.5. That's another leading ball.
To no one.
To no one. Stewart is in the right position, but the quality of the pass has left them wanted. 77. Here's Braffett. Clean pair of heels. Pushes it a bit too far. Naji Holder intercepts. And POREY Spring now coming out of their defence. Here's chance to play it wide. That's so now. This is POREY Spring. Nicholas Griffith, who got a yellow card on 52 minutes. He gives up possession.
That's a nutmeg. What is going on here, Trevor? This is the circus?
Graves.
Having a wonderful and rocking time.
Ball played inside and comes off the attacker last, and then the clearance made from the St Andrew Lions in towards Edwards, hustling and bustling for it. Loses possession, only to win it back and then give away a foul at the same time.
Well, POREY Spring trying to wake up. It's out of their reaches at the moment. 4-0 down. Time running out. 13 minutes left. At least they need to take a goal back to St. Thomas and show that at least they were here to perform. This is the shot coming in. Even the keeper is having a good time. No problems whatsoever, Trevor. They're cruising to the promised land, which is the premiership for 2019-2020 season. And POREY Spring will find himself after their second season back down in Division 1.
Well, here's hoping that they've enjoyed themselves, Keith, in the last 2 seasons. We'll look forward to endless hard work as they make that drop to the Division 1 league and fight their way back up to Premier League status, perhaps within the next 365 days. It's not unsurmountable. Many teams have done it before, realized that they love it up here and had to make the drop and then come back. Stronger in character and of course in physique as well. Let's hope that they can continue that trend as they represent the St. Thomas parish with pride. And
I think I'm certain you would have the start. I believe they're the first team from St. Thomas to play at the highest level. So at least that is a great achievement and you have to congratulate them for doing that. But surely it means that in essence they will give the other teams in St. Thomas lots of hope, and maybe, just maybe, we will see them back at some point in time.
As we say, good evening and thank you to the A team doing some duties there and assisting us. And it's 80 minutes, the A team of Starcom Network fame. They're on Hot 95's radio stations at this point in time, doing their commentary as well. The Lions with Brathwaite in possession to Graves, into the midfield to Derico King, prods it forward. Edwards in an offside position. Yes, you are, sir. As the 4th official surely can see from there. Tonight the game being handled by Mr. Norman Dave Graves, ably assisted by first assistant referee Shannon Gibson on this near side. On the far side it's Mr. Angelo Doyle, the second assistant, and the 4th official, Mr. Nigel Marshall. I believe he hails from the northern parishes.
This is the goal number 5.
Oh, it is an Edwards.
Supreme stuff.
Gets on the score sheet, Keith. 80 minutes on the clock. St. Andrew Lions with that 5-goal cushion. Classified score at this point then is Scotty's Car Rental St. Andrew Lions 5, Marks Auto Spares POREY Spring 0.
But Trevor, that is what I love about the Lions. They love to play the ball wide, cut it across the area, and it's just a matter of squeezing it in. And Edwards did everything right. But that is the 4th time for the night I've seen them move down the flanks supremely well. Cut the ball across the area, and the goal brilliantly taken. 5 rentals or 5 ownerships. I believe those were ownerships because they scored 5 previously in the game before against the Soccer Academy. Once they keep on doing what they're doing, they will become one of the outstanding teams in the Premiership next season. I say that with a lot of confidence. And they seem very, very, very fit, Trevor. The Lions, they're always running and moving. There to go down the right side, he's just straight offside. So Edwards, big, powerful, clinical finishing. St. Andrew Lions 5, POREY Spring 0.
Yeah, Edwards making his presence felt, coming on in the latter part of this second half and getting his 13th goal of the season. He would have already
How many goals did he score?
13.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, including a hat trick of goals against UWI Blackbirds in the cross zone, number 21.
Another POREY Spring player has gone down as the Lions look Oh, this could be goal number 6 in the making. This is it. Oh, good lock and turn. Edwards clips over. Well, the guy who gave, I didn't see the number of the guy who gave Edwards the ball.
Derico King.
Oh, that's King again. Oh, he loved to pass because I thought he would have scored it himself, but he wanted to show that he's a team player. How did Edwards get it over, Trevor?
I'm not sure. He too was surprised, I think, that King gave up the ball to him. Still, because he still had a chance of swiveling on a dime and then finishing it for himself. But unselfish as he was, he played it to Edwards, who was shocked that the ball came back to him. And then he snatched at the chance, and it ended up over the crossbar.
And I was shocked that he kicked it over. It is so easy. 5-0 the scoreline, and they're cruising back to St. Andrew. The music I believe will be very loud, and the refreshments will be very fresh, because they know that they deserve to be in the Premiership again. POREY Spring, having worked hard most of the season on this night, have not gotten it right. But to score 10 goals in your last 2 matches, and this one is not over, one must give the Lions total credit.
With 84 on the clock, Lions squeezing the living daylights out of the POREY Spring team by hitting 5 past them, 5 unanswered goals. Buffett here maintaining possession. They need to release it, or you'll end up on the wrong end of a kick there.
They're doing all sorts of crazy things with the ball. He was going to pass it back to Hines, change his mind, lock and turn, run it over the line. It doesn't matter. But one of the things that I like about the game, Trevor, not that POREY Spring getting beaten badly, but the friendly spirit that the game has been played in. You recognize that? Yeah. Very cool and calm, very friendly. They pull each other up. Lots of discipline, and that is a good sign. So on one hand, they're getting defeated, POREY Spring, but the character has been extremely well. So once they get the game plan right in the future, they could go on to be a very competitive team.
Again, they have a set piece and they give up possession so easily. Instead of punishing the...
I guess they like their neighbors.
I don't know, it's punishing the opposition with the set piece. They give us a ball that's curled towards the 18-yard box unconvincingly. No real takers to head it on or create the chance that they're looking for. And that's the particular reason why they're trailing this evening by so many goals as well.
You don't think they like their neighbors? I think that's what it is. They're being friendly, and I don't know if the neighbors are going to give them a goal at least to take back to St. Thomas.
You don't want to be that friendly, Keith, in a relegation battle, though.
Well, they're gone already, so, they just cruise through it, and they're going to be taken out of their agony in 5 minutes' time. So maybe, Trevor, we can take a quick peek at the game to decide who will be the champions now that we know who will be relegated. My feeling about the game is that it's going to be a very, very, very good game. I believe it could be a classic, but all will depend on if Wales can score early and get back into the contest. On the other hand, BDF have played tremendous football this season, especially in the second round, where they have one on one and scored goals. They would be without 2 key players, plus the 2 who are in Finland. Good night to Codrington and Jules, who are in Finland, along with the other 2 players, Harris and Applewaite. Blessings to you guys over there. So the BDF Sports Program deserve to be in the position they're in. Wales, on the other hand, will be very fortunate to come back and win the championship, because in the history of Barbados football, and I've gone back all the way, Trevor, don't even try to understand. Let us wait and see if they're going to get goal number 6. You go ahead. I'll come back to my comments in a minute.
It's over the touchline. Good defensive work there, Keith. Go right ahead.
Well, yes, all the way back in 61 and climbing, I don't know any team who have lost 6 matches and won the cup. without you telling me, I'm almost sure that Wales have lost 6 matches this season, 5 in the normal league and 1 in the playoff. Is that correct?
Yes,
and I'm speaking from the top of my head. Good. So if they come back tonight and win, it will be history and incredible. It is not impossible. But playing against a team of BDF qualities, they would have to really pull some strings. And like I said, a lot will depend on the starting 11 from Wales. They have to go for broke. There's no point sitting back and hoping. They have to play to score and to win. BDF will love to play on the counter-attack, can punish them also, and depending on what mood and what form Leacock is in tonight, you know, we can have lots of exciting football. So I'm hoping for a classic with some goals, and may the better team win. Trevor, should be a classic.
Yeah, definitely should be a classic. As I say, thank you to my sponsors, Results Auto Shop, for all your automobile accessories with locations at White Park Road, 429-4890, and of course at Market Hill, St. George, 228-2728. Results Auto Shop celebrating their 20th anniversary with attractive prices at both stores. Give them a call. 89 on the clock, and the writing is on the wall. The fat lady is singing. The wall on the far side, as you can see, it says Scotty's Car Rentals with the telephone number on it as well. The rentals, yes, the Scotty's Car Rentals, St. Andrew Lanes, destined for a spot in the 2019-2020 season. They've done it. They've done what's necessary. Scored 5 goals and 5 unanswered goals at that in the 90 minutes, and that will put them right back into the Premier League. It's a precious spot, and they have it. Commiserations to the Marks Auto Spares POREY Spring team. Fought gallantly, but still not able to keep them out. This is King with the right foot screamer. That one making its way over the crossbar. That could easily have been 6, and he deserved one. Derico King moving out of the frame there as he punched that one with the right boot over the crossbar. 90 on the clock though, Keith, and it's all done and dusted here as we await that big matchup between the defending double crown league champions Weymouth Wales and the BDF sports program coming up at 8.
Well, the whistle has gone immediately, or that's a free kick. That's a free kick, and one would have to really congratulate the Lions on a fantastic season, playing and winning lots of matches, and now in the key matchup they have come here and they've scored 5. POREY Spring, on the other hand, let's also congratulate them for working hard throughout the season, but they're going to concede goal number 6 in a minute. Edwards with clinical finishing. Edwards smiles for all he's worth, and they know they're home and dry. 6-0 to the Lions. There won't be a lot of time added on for stoppages.
You definitely want to put them out of their misery here, though, Keith.
Definitely so.
Hasn't been that many injuries either, and therefore it's all up. It's all over. Bardi shouting 6 on the night for Scotty's Car Rental St. Andrew Lanes over the Marks Auto Spares POREY Spring FC as we await the kickoff and perhaps the final whistle within a few seconds as well. 6-0 is the outcome of this particular match. That looks like, looking almost like 7. The man, Derico King, still can't get on the score sheet. And Shamar Edwards ready to hit the hat trick there, Keith, but the ball placed with real pace and power at far post. King was about to peel away and celebrate. So Edwards didn't really go for it, but perhaps he should have, and that could easily have been the 7th.
Well, surely it is not a night where King got it right as far as goal scoring is concerned, but he has contributed significantly throughout the season with creating chance after chance for the Lions. And the Lions, I don't even know the word to use, Trevor. There's a calypso named Sweeter Than a Snow Cone, but they're sweeter than ever and having fun. 6-0 on the night. POREY Spring. Let's wish them well and hope that they will reel and come again and give a good account of themselves and make the St. Thomas fans proud of them, because they're the first team out of St. Thomas in the history of local football to play at the highest level. So the joy here for Edwards. This is his hat trick. Yes, it is. Trevor, he is
There's a flag.
dead.
There's a flag there too, Keith. There's a flag as well. Hang on a sec.
I thought he would have contributed to his hat trick with a deadly finish. 6-0 the scoreline remains as we cruise into. Is he offside here? Here we go.
We're live again. Here's King looking for something, Keith. He wants one for himself. He's set a number of men up this evening. Still hasn't had much to celebrate for himself. Chance here for Williams to get a brace. In towards King. Takes it down. Looks the easiest way past the final defender on that side. Robbed of it. And we're playing 90+4 at this point in time. 6-0 is the score at this point in time. That's a decent ball as well. Out comes keeper Hines and keeps his sheet clean. And therefore the score remains St. Andrew Lions 6, POREY Spring 0. Still more time added. Keith heading towards the... In fact, we're in the 4th minute. There's another ball through the eye of the needle. Referee Graves looks at his watch for the final time. With 90+4 up. It's done and dusted. The Marks Auto Spares POREY Spring FC in this classified result have been relegated to Division 1, having lost this match 6-0. Scottish Car Rental St. Andrew Lions have survived and will play in the 2019-2020 Barbados Football Association's Premier League.
Well, Trevor, let's congratulate the Lions and let's say better luck next time to the young POREY Spring team. A lot of friendly camaraderie there. That's really nice. And surely we look forward to seeing the Lions again and hopefully POREY Spring in a season or two to come back up. But even before we go back to Trident 10, I'm looking at some starting lineups, and Trevor, you will be surprised. Wales with about 4 changes. Could this be a fiery moment? I leave you to say who the starting 11 would be. I can tell you though, no Rashida Williams for sure. No Arantes Lawrence for sure. But I leave the rest to you.
No Ronaldo Marquez either. So as you said, it's quite a changed 11. We'll leave the viewers on the edge of their seats as we take a quick break and come back for the final game of the evening. This is the championship matchup with the BDS Sports program having the aggregate lead. It's 4-2. And therefore, as we head to the advertising break, stay glued to Trident 10's coverage of the 2018-2019 Premier League. We'll be back after these messages.
Barbados Steel Works, we're more than just steel. Foundation to roof and everything in between. Building or renovating, there is simply no debating. We supply all your construction needs. Visit our store today for a deal. Barbados Steel Works, a name you can trust. Quality material depend on us. Barbados Steel Works, we're more than just steel. Foundation to roof and everything in between. Come to Barbados Steel Works.
some Johnny Walker. Drinking some fire water. Brandy or some Johnny Walker. Drinking some fire water. With a punch in 3-0 brandy or some Johnny Walker. Pick up our drinkers in at this place right now. I got all of the yellow wine while I'm drinking some fire water. Energy got me feeling so high. And I feel
Yes is a beautiful word. It empowers us. It brings satisfaction. And since you can now earn up to 4% cash back on everyday purchases with Scotiabank Gold MasterCard, that's a lot of satisfaction. Plus, you get a welcome bonus. Scotiabank Gold MasterCard is the card that keeps on giving. So it's easier for you. Say yes to even more cash back. Apply today. Call or visit your nearest Scotiabank branch.
Brothers and sisters, welcome. It is time now for the final game for this championship playoff. Weymouth Wales versus Barbados Defence Force sports program. One game, winner takes all. And more good rich boys from Paris. How do you see this one panning out?
Well, like I said before, I think it's going to be Wales that will walk away with the trophy standing right next to me. BDF with the total advantage is 4-2 on aggregate right now. I think BDF missing Akeem Hills and missing Ronaldo Trim. Like I said, these are key players. I think Wales, they score their first goal and they get the second, it could be nervy finish for BDF.
Kwame Paris, how do you feel?
Before in the earlier conversation, I felt if Wales could come from behind, but looking at the starting lineup, I don't see the presence of Arantes Lawrence and also Jeffrey Williams, so that's going to be a big miss for them. So it could be even Stevens on the night, and probably BDF could be able to hold on to their 2-goal advantage.
Mr. Goodrich Boy said the first team to score is probably going to take the advantage. Do you agree?
I totally agree.
Mr. Goodrich Boy, so call a scoreline for us, please.
I think it'll be 2-0 in regular time, and then Weymouth Fields will go on to win it in penalty shootout, or it could be 3-0 as well, but I think I don't see BDF scoring tonight.
Kwame Paris, are you so menacing?
1-0. I could call it a draw on the night.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're about to see 90 minutes of action, and at the end of which we will see the champion of Barbadian football.
Good.
And a pleasant evening to the viewers of Trident 10's coverage of the Barbados Football Association's Premier League. It's the final game of a very intriguing season, and it's the final matchup as well between the BDS Sports Program, the challengers, and the defending Double Crown League champions, Weymouth Wales. The BDS Sports Program coming into this one in the zonal matches are played there. 22 matches, 16 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses, goals for 75, goals against 17, goal difference of 58, and points 52. Wales haven't been slouches either, played very well during the season and have been able to defend their title up to this point in time. They have a mountain to climb, and the game is being adjudicated by ace referee Gillian Martindale, and she'll need all of her wits about her to take this one to the end of the 90 minutes. At present, the aggregate score is the BDF leading by a 2-goal margin. It's 4 goals to 2 in overall matches. The 2-2 tie in the first game, 2-0 victory in the second game last week, and tonight the Wales with a mountain to climb. They'll need to score 2 goals and score them early to tie it, and then go on to get the additional goal to win it. Off we go as we say goodnight to Keith Grell Griffith.
Well, Trevor, what is interesting here, and I'll put you on the spot immediately, Wales come in with a completely changed lineup to the last one when they went down 2-0. Quite noticeable. Arantes Lawrence not in the team, not even on the bench. Neither is Ronaldo Marquez. Rashida Jeffrey Williams is a sub. And also being a sub tonight in this game is Maloney. So, different forward line, Burroughs and Shaquille Boystorn as a top striker. What do you think about that combination?
Well, I'll wait to see how it plays out here this evening. Not the coach, and therefore I won't get that tactical and technical with why decisions were made. But we did have 7 days to prepare for this particular matchup, and who knows, I wasn't the fly on the wall. I had no idea what happened during the week, and changes are normally forced or made based on precisely what happened last week's game, and of course the week's training sessions as well. So I'll dodge that one like any good striker would do.
No problem at all.
And I'll look to finish
with a blom.
With a blom, yeah.
One good thing is that Ricardo Morris, who did not play in the last game at all, starts out right back. Graham has moved into midfield, and Wales would also welcome back a very, very tough man to pass, Ramar Miller. So here we go immediately with Wales on the attack, looking to get a very early goal. Ball cleared away only as far as Holligan. Defense first on defense very early. Here they go again. They come out of defense on the left. They will try to find Leacock early. If Wales can keep Leacock quiet in the opening minutes, maybe they will have a chance. But surely, BDF leading on the night by 4 goals to 2 aggregate. This game is 0-0. Wales desperately needing to get back on track. The ball is with Holligan. Plays it down the left to here, but the ball runs off the legs. Off him, runs it back to Holligan. In fact, that's Jabari Green, the captain, returning. Here is Sarah now. Lovely ball. Wales has made progress. That's a free kick. Momentarily, I thought it was a free kick, Trevor, but he went down a little bit too easily. The ball went into touch. But you can see that Wales are looking to score and to make some early progress and get that opening goal inside the first 10 minutes that will put them back in contention.
Yeah, they certainly are. They started at a good clip here this evening, and they will need to apply the pressure down the flanks because the BDF are very strong in the central channels, and if they can do that then, and with some good finishing as well, then they'll put the young BDF sports program under some pressure, and maybe that could lead to the opening goal that is required to start with one, get the second one, and then perhaps go on to win it. But it will be a tough task and a tough ask as well because the Wales are an aging team, and the BDF certainly do hinge on a lot of youth and pace and power as well to get through their games.
That is very true. The ball with Wales going forward. Tishton and turning. This is Burrows. Good ball in. Wales looking to make an early goal here. Chance here. Could this be the opening goal? Saved by Primus. He was outstanding in the last game, Trevor, and he has started brilliantly, but we paused because Wales on the attack again. But Wales have started positively.
Yeah, definitely have. They've used Shaquille Boyce down the right-hand side in that inside right channel to prod and probe and make space past the BDF's the wing back, and as that ball was put across the box, Primus had to be at his brilliant best after 5 minutes.
5 minutes gone, Wales nil, BDF Sports Program nil, championship game here on the line. BDF Sports Program coming into the game, 1 win and a draw, 4 points, aggregate score of 4-2. The defending champions will have to prove that they are the champions. Good looking ball already cut out at the back by Green. Chance for BDF to put some pressure on the Wales. Ball headed away. This is Tristan Lord has started tonight, Trevor, one of your favorite players. And he and Leacock can be a handful, but here we go with Holligan. Wales looking to cut inside. Holligan cuts it across the area. Good cover challenge ball. Bouncing all around. Surely a player have gone down there. The game has been stopped. But Wales have given a clear indication, Trevor, they are going to attack the left defensive side of BDF Sports Program.
Yes, they have. So they've picked out what they consider to be a weak area, and they're going after Rashawn Kelman. And as Jason Lovell comes charging across, they're looking to get the ball across between Primus and Alexander for Walton Burrows, and perhaps Boyce to finish just past the penalty spot there for the Weymouth Wales. So good tactics there. They've made their intentions known, and it's up to the BDF to weather the storm and perhaps play them on the counter and get that early goal for themselves and put real pressure. And of course the additional goal will spell trouble for a Wales team that needs something to happen quite early here in this one, Keith.
For sure, they need a goal inside the first 15 minutes at the expense of giving up a goal, because there's no point to sit back and hope. Now, Morris is a key player in my opinion. I believe that once he is fit, he should always start in the Wales team because he gives them that whiff. And if he can get down the right side on a number of occasions, he could be a key man. The ball is now with defense force. They come out very quickly as usual. Wales wins it back with Green, finds Haywood. Haywood plays it to Morris. Morris with not such a good ball. And in the end, the ball played into touch. What do you think about the combination, though, of Burrows playing up top along with Shaquille Boyce, two prolific goal scorers on the night when they're in good form?
Well, for me, they should get their positioning right, because if Burrows sits as the point man and allows for Shaquille Boyce to float around him, then that is a good combination. If it's switched around and Boyce goes to top, Burrows is not as mobile at, I believe he's 35 or thereabouts at this, 34, 35 years old, not as mobile as Boyce will be to make those runs. So they need to get their tactics right in and around the likes of Jason Lovell and Paul Alexander, and maybe they'll have some joy, as I said before, if Burrows sits deepest and allows for Boyce to feed off of him.
Well, here to go down the left, Wales looking to open the scoring early and going on a lovely run here. Defense for us, back in numbers though to defend, headed away momentarily. Wales nil. Chance there, that's a free kick. Wales are prowling, similar to the Lions, starting with positivity, and that's a very dangerous area to give away a free kick. Kamal Thompson, he is a little bit inexperienced, and he stretches legs out there momentarily. Wales seem to be through. It's a free kick now to Wales. Trevor just outside the penalty area. Kamal Thomas with an early yellow card.
Yellow on 8 minutes there, Keith, as he took out Hayden Holligan. Very smart player. Waited for the challenge to come in and then just rode right over the top of it then to draw the attention of Julian Martindale, who went to the top pocket and waved the card in the face of Kamal Thompson. So he's under pressure after just 8 minutes.
Well, Holligan in all 3 of these matches have been floored quite easy. If it was a boxing match, he will get knocked out quite easily. He's not too big in stature,
but he's
very quick,
He's
very smart and intelligent player. Holligan around the ball, Hayward around the ball. No Rashida Jeffrey Williams. This is going to be Hayward's ball. Wales 0. Here we go with Hayward. He lips it in just wide. It came off the shoulder of a BDF defender. Early problems there for BDF. Wales with a quick corner to be taken by Holligan. Plays it short. Jabari Green lifts it a little too deep. Defense force defending well. Wales wins it back. They play it across the area. Not a good ball. This is Wales with Miller. Here we go. That is a leading ball by Smith down the right. This is Tristan Lord, who has started tonight. He and Omani Leacock can give all kind of problems to Wales. They would have to close them down quickly. Plays it in the area. No problem for Eastman. But Trevor, that combination of Leacock and Lord is exciting.
It is to Shane Lord and Omani Leacock wearing 10 and 9 respectively. Lord will be the magician, and it looks as though Omani Leacock is going to be the point man this evening. I would think that a bit of a switch around on that side as well will bring them fruit, because you know Leacock normally likes to put them on a platter for the front man to finish. Here's Hayward, clean pair of heels, goes towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Keith 10 gone. Wales pressing and probing, and perhaps the key to the game could be this man Anton Graves, who's been brought in to start this evening. Headley has dropped to a central defensive positioning, and therefore Graves will have lots of space.
Well, trouble here now because the danger man Leacock is in possession. He runs the Wales defenders there. But in the end, good cover challenge from Headley, who probably has been brought back to make sure that Leacock don't outstrip the defense. But good tactical football by both teams. We are in for excitement and a classic, Trevor. I'm on the tip of my toes. You are also on yours, Trevor? I'll give you a true ball.
I'm wearing some fancy shoes here that makes it most comfortable to go on my toes as well. So I think I'm there as well.
Well, that is so good. A free kick to defense force. 0-0 the scoreline. Jamal Chandler plays it short. Good ball into the feet of Leacock. He twists and turns. Good cover from Jabari Green. The captain is back with the armband tonight. He looks to find Burroughs. Burroughs is going to battle. He's being brought down. Free kick to Wales. This is going to be a battle, Trevor. Burroughs.
It's another card as well, Keith. This time it's
Lovell.
It's Jason Lovell.
Yeah, and I spoke to his mom only before the game. And here he is on the ground. He's calling for the medic.
Won't stop the yellow card, though.
Of course, that's a free kick. And these are two players very, very early on yellow cards. Jason Lovell on one, and Kamal Thompson it was on the other one.
Correct.
And therefore, they have to be very, very careful. Wales probing, searching, and hoping to find. Defense force, tight on defense, and looking to celebrate. This is the first time in a long time that they seem capable of taking the championship. But will it happen tonight? We will know surely in the next 78 minutes. We wait for the free kick. Jabari Green around the ball. BDF players back in numbers. The big men from Wales have gone up. How will he construct his free kick? We wait patiently. 0-0 the scoreline. 12 minutes and 38 seconds gone. Ball floated in. The defenders climb. Wales looking to get there first. Ball runs away. And in the end, it's a goal kick to BDF. I thought that was kind of wasted free kick. And a special good night to the guys over in the Gully Hill where they watched the football there by the pavilion, Sean and company. Good night, Mally. You probably wish you were playing tonight. But we'll see what Wales can do. 0-0 the scoreline, 13 minutes gone. We have a lot of hail-ups to make here all over the world. Ball headed away during the end. This is, again, a Leacock. Leacock sweet on the ball. He runs at Jabari Green. Good cover challenge from Rico Graham. What will happen? That's a foul. He gets up again. He always seems to have electricity in his legs. Here he comes. He can shoot. And he puts it wide. But Trevor, he is so exciting. He would be in any team I have. He ran at the defenders. He got kicked down. He got back up. But his shot was always going wide. But he is a sweet attacking player to watch.
Well, there we saw him going one-on-one with Rico Graham. He turned and he met Headley, took him out as well, headed towards Ramal Miller before unleashing a very soft...
Unleashing
a left foot attempt that really didn't have any pace and power on it to trouble the likes of Eastman on this occasion. But 15 on the clock, intriguing encounter unfolding in front of us here this evening. And the score remains BDF Sports Program 0, Weymouth Wales 0.
Well, he is very exciting to watch, both he and Tristan Lord. But here we go with the Wales. Ball runs into touch. Burris starting tonight. No Rantis Lawrence. No Rashida Williams starting. No Marquez. Not on the bench either. I believe he may be injured. And surely it is going to be all about, can Wales get an early goal and get back on track? Or will BDF Sports Program score another goal and kill them off? Ball with BDF down the left-hand side. They're looking again for Leacock. Leacock in a spot of border and with 3 players around him. Wales have won a throw-in. But it is interesting, Trevor, from a technical and tactical perspective, that every time Leacock gets the ball, 2 Wales players are on him. You notice that tonight?
Yeah, that's a ploy, a tactical ploy that you really don't want him to go one-on-one with anybody because he can destroy you once he's one-on-one. So you send an additional man, so when he beats the first man, you can pick his pocket and take the ball away.
Well, Burris turned there quickly on a dime, and in the end, he was fouled. Free kick to Wales again. They have won quite a few free kicks. Ball played well to Shaquille Boyce. He would run at his former teammates. That's good. Catch the ball across the area. This is goal number 1 in the making. But good defensive work from defense force. Trevor is smiling. That look exciting, Trevor. I'll come back to you in a moment. This is Hayward. He would switch it right again. Boyce is finding lots of space and room. Wales losing the wave. Oh, he tried to dummy his man. He stayed with him. And in the end, good defensive work, Trevor. This is going to be a battle royal down this side.
So, Boyce has the beating of Rashawn Kelvin with those step-over dribbles. In fact, has the beating of Rashad Smith wearing 18. But he sure did that once the defense had switched and Rashawn Kelman came over. Kelman, no-nonsense defensive man, said, "Not today, son," and stopped him in his tracks, actually, on 17 minutes.
Well, we are seeing it all here tonight. Moves, grooves, Leacock being dispossessed. Wales trying to get forward here now again on the right-hand side. The ball is with Boyce. You've seen a lot of the ball tonight. Finds Hayward. Hayward tied up by 3 defense force men. They come forward in the counter-attack. This is where they're deadly and dangerous. Sargent plays it wide. Trouble for Wales. One-on-one. Can they defend it? Ball cut across the area. Good defensive work. Morris, brilliant. I make him one of the most outstanding wing-backs in the country. And he came across Trevor very intelligently and averted the danger.
Yeah, but Shane Lord had the beating. He was swifter as he switched from right to left. Had it on his left foot. But good recovery then from Ricardo Morris, weighing number 2 for Wales. Excellent stuff in the end.
Corner 2. BDF, they've wasted it, and Wales would attack with Holligan. He needs to step up for Wales tonight. This is Wales going forward with Graves. Down the left. Holligan, one-on-one. Can he stay on his feet and don't be dispossessed? And in the end, the ball played into touch. Wales needing desperately to score to get back on track to make the aggregate score 4-3. The ball is with Jabari Green. Holds it up. We'll switch it right now, I'm sure. Plays it all the way back on the defense. This is Headley, who is sitting in front of the back 4. He is a very versatile player, Trevor. Very intelligent reader of the game, also leading, sweeping ball. Looking for Morris, can't find him though. But Headley, back to Headley, a very disciplined all-round player.
Yeah, definitely. So normally players up front or just in front of the leading man at the point striker, but asked to do a job this evening and able to sit right next to Ramar Miller as Rico Graham has spread over to the left and Ricardo Morris to the right.
Here we go, ball played in again, cross the box, looking to find a man inside their wheels. Here we go with Rico Graham. This is BDF going down the right-hand side. Good tackle, solid, intelligent reading of the game. They probe forward again. Chance for Wales. This must be goal number 1.
Oh, yes, it is.
That was superb stuff. Wales at their brilliant best, and the fans are going wild. Trevor, 1-0 to Wales. 19 minutes gone. Romario Hayward.
Hayward showed all of his class and brilliance there, hailing from St. John and ramping that one up, ramping up the ante here with a right foot finish from 12 yards. 20 minutes into it, the BDF Sports Program trailing. It's BDF Sports Program 0. The defending Double Crown champions, Weymouth, Wales 1.
Well, that was football of the highest class. And Holligan, back heel, was sublime. Wales on the move. They're positive. Their possession has been good. Their movement has been good. And the finishing from Hayward, the man who I rate the best player in the country, no one can dispute that that was not a top-class goal, Trevor. But in general, Wales look the stronger and better team after 20 minutes.
Hayward hit his 10th goal of the season, Keith. Already scored a brace of goals against POREY Spring, goals against Britain's Hill, BDF Sports Program in the early rounds, Crane Equipment Limited, Ellerton FC, Paradise, Youth Milan, Britain's Hill, and Paradise in the cross zone 20, in the round 21 cross zone match as well. 21 on the clock. Excellent move there. The back heel was exquisite, and the finish, oh, that was top drawer from Hayward.
Well, that is so true. BDF Sports Program will have to tighten up the back. They're definitely missing Hill and Trim in the team. There were two very intelligent, strong players coming out of the midfield. Wales, with a couple of changes, looking very, very confident going forward. Headley again. He sweeps it forward, looking for Boyce. Can't find him. This is Boyce here, battling in the midfield. One back door by Lord. I love to see Lord running with the ball at his feet. This is danger here for Wales. This could be the equalizer, and Leacock has missed it. Trevor, that should have been 1-1.
Oh, he's on his backside, Keith. He surely should have finished that one. Lost his balance in the process from 6 yards out. Only got a slick toe on it. And in the end, Wales survive. The BDF Sports Program 0, Weymouth Wales 1.
Well, that is his only weakness, because he needs to score those chances. You don't get them very much. Here we go with Wales. Goal number 2. Good save by Primus. This is a classic. I anticipated this. I anticipated 3 or 4 goals. I will not say who will win. I will leave it to the better team to win. But surely this should be a riveting contest. Wales on the rampage at the moment. They're playing with all the confidence in the world. The medic has come on. It gives me a chance to say goodnight to a former BDF giant. He is watching with his family. Good night to Mr. Randolph Bourne and company, Reverend Randolph Bourne. All those BDF fans over in New York and Canada, good night to you, and to all the Wales fans all over the world, because Wales have always been considered the best team in Barbados. Hopefully, one day when they go to play in the Champions League, they would also do Barbados proud. And I know that if BDF gets the chance to do that, they will produce some magic. But Trevor, after 22 minutes, we have had a cracking game so far.
Yeah, another matchup which we've seen just now, where Anton Graves showed a clean pair of heels to Shaquille Brown at right back. But the shot didn't have the venom to get past Primus. And you know, Primus is having an excellent season as well. That's about his 3rd stop of the evening. But what was unstoppable was the Romario Hayward finish on 20 minutes, his 10th goal of the season. And of course, we would have had a substitution very early in the game, though. Keith Lovell going off. Jason Lovell wearing 29 on 15 minutes for Antonia Arthur, who's joined the party. Lovell on a yellow card as well. So a tactical move from their coach, Asquith Hull Hamlet. He saw Lovell as a problem area, and with on a yellow card and needed to make lots more lunging tackles, he's gone for a substitution.
Graham plays it in. Goal number 2 for Wales.
Burrows.
This is going to be a fantastic night for Wales. They have started the game in the correct vein. They've taken the attack to BDF Sports Program, and without Hill, Antrim, and now Level, they are going to be under pressure the whole night. I said on Thursday night in an interview with Andy Thornhill, the key to the game is for Wales to get the ball out wide, cut it across the area. Watch this, Trevor. This is perfect football.
Graham is playing excellent as well. There it is.
Yeah, that's a great ball. Perfect header. That is what Burris is good at. 2-2 the scoreline. 2-0 the scoreline. 4-4 the aggregate. Wales on fire.
On fire. Burrows on fire. 6th goal of the season, making it 2-0 against the BDF here this evening. He's also scored goals against POREY Spring, Notre Dame, Ellerton FC, and a brace of goals in the cross zone round 20 against now relegated Youth Milan FC.
Well, what will BDF have to do to quiet the Wales attack? They need to get the ball to Lord. They need to get the ball to Leacock, who can provide them with some magic. But if they continue to play as open as they have in the opening 24 minutes, Trevor, they are going to be more than under the cosh. 2-0, Wales on fire, Burrows scoring, Harewood scoring. Wales full of confidence, full of purpose. Another player from BDF down. Trevor.
Well, the Wales, as you know, Keith, they've really put the foot on the gas on this occasion. They're back-to-back champions, 2017 and 2018 winners. They've also done a lot more damage in previous seasons than they've done in this one, but they seem to have saved the best for last. Here it is. It's with this 2-0 scoreline at this point in time. The aggregate score is tied up 4 goals apiece, and if it remains the same way it is at this point in time, then we definitely will have extra time on the night, but plenty of more time to go.
Trevor,
this
game will not be, sorry to interject you, this game will not have any extra time. Someone is going to win it in the normal 90 minutes, the way it has gone. The reason I've saying that, Wales are committed to attack, and BDF will play on their counter-attack. At the moment, the Wales team are running and full of confidence. The question is, if they go in with the same score line, can Wales maintain that? Because, BDF gets stronger as the game gets older. And Mr. Neil, is anything we can do for you? No, he's just smiling. 2-2 the score. Wales 2. BDF Sports Program 2. Throw in there now to the BDF down the right attacking side. We know that they are capable of coming back, leading ball down the right. Can Leacock, he gets push. That's a free kick. That's a free kick for sure. This is where the danger lies for Wales, Trevor. That's a yellow card to Green or to...
Looks like Jabbar Buggy Green.
Yes, yes.
Captain of Wales. Gets a,
yeah, we like to see that on the playback. And that is where Wales will be vulnerable. Once Leacock gets the ball in and around the area, could be big problems. It's almost certain that Green is there asking, why me? But yes, he's the man who was close to Leacock. Wales would want to see that too often. And this is going to be a free kick to be taken by Jamal Chandler. Very versatile player. Sargent is also near around the Chandler. I believe will be the one to conjure up some magic. Wales 2, BDF Sports Program 0. 27 minutes gone. Comes in, strikes it well just over the top of the crossbar. Did Eastman get a touch to it? No, we don't think so. But Trevor, the game is wide open. Championship is there for the taking.
Yeah, surely. It's wide open in the context that it is 4 goals apiece on the aggregate score, but psychologically and momentum-wise, the Green Machine from Carrington Village have the momentum, and the psychology says that if you have the momentum with a 2-0 lead, you can go on and get the 3rd goal and put it perhaps beyond this young BDF Sports Program team.
Well, both teams have good individual players, but like I said, one of the keys to the game is that when the game goes on, we'll have to wait and see whose fitness level is the higher of the two. Holligan down on the floor once again. How many times in the game, Trevor, Holligan has been floored?
I made that his 5th time for visiting the surface here at Wildy, but we know that's a tactical ploy. He needs to win free kicks in the final third. Final warning for, I think that's Smith, Rashad Smith. He's been guilty of those niggling little tackles on Holligan, and referee Martindale does the wise thing.
Yes,
there's the 3 warnings. The next
3
one,
warnings. The next one is a card. Yes, for sure. He has to be careful. 29 minutes gone. Jabari Green with the free kick for Wales. Floats it high up into the sky. The heads go up. Looking to find Hayward on the left. Hayward will look to turn his man inside out. He locks and turn. Will he play it back? Oh, he has left his man for dead. Cuts it across the area. And in the end, corner kick. He is so sweet on the ball, Trev. You can tell he was going to lock and turn, but the defender didn't read it.
Yeah, but I think it's when he's going to lock and turn, because as you said, he's wasted a second by going back to his own goal bar. Looked as though he's going to play it back there harmlessly, but then he did the lock and turn. By then you've lost your ability to figure out where he's going.
Hayward with the corner kick, looking for goal number 3. Brilliant save from Primus. That was superb goalkeeping from Primus. Trevor, it looked to be goal number 3. How did Primus save that one?
Reflexes and all of that hard work. Both training for the BDS Sports Program and the senior men's national team came right into reflection there.
We like to see that on the playback again. That looked like goal number 3. How did he get his feet to it, Trevor? I will never know. Good header down. Brilliant save from Primus. 30 minutes gone. This is the corner. Let's see it again. Magical stuff from here where he pulls his pants up. He floats it into the box. Headers go. That's brilliant for Trevor. That is more than out of the top draw save. That was fantastic. This is Alexander in trouble. Another substitution. BDF really under the cosh. Or is that the number 28 player who got the yellow card? I'm certain it is him who has gone off. Just confirmed there for me, Trev. Thompson has gone off. And we're looking to see who is the player who has come on.
Thompson's off. And number 6. Thompson off and Rashid Williams on. 6 is Williams.
6 Williams, yes. That's 6 for the BDS Sports Program.
For 28.
31 minutes gone, but Trevor, 2 very early subs. What do you make of that? They're losing it a little bit.
I think
they're panicking.
They're not quite. Don't seem to be quite ready for this psychological test here, and he's gone for a bit more of a creative man as he matches up against Thompson. Thompson probably wasn't doing exactly what he wanted, and therefore he's gone for a much more creative man to get a goal back here, because it's much more important to get a goal here and quell the wave of attacks that wave of Wales has been able to put on the BDF at this point in time. So here we go. It's with Williams. His first touch isn't the greatest, but of course there's a foul on the BDF man on the far side.
Yeah, that's a free kick. You know, Leacock is the man again. Now, I'm going to put you not on the spot, but I'm going to question you. 2-0 down. What is the best tactic, in your opinion, that the BDF should use to get back into this game? Go down the middle to Leacock and Lord, or just remain composed and hope a goal will come?
Well, the first thing is I think that Thompson, that may not necessarily just be tactical. There could be an injury to Thompson as well at the same time. So he doesn't want players that are not free to sprint and challenge for every single ball. So he's not taking any chances. But anyone that he thinks is carrying a slight injury of any type, even if it's the injury occurring within this first 30 minutes. And therefore, it may be that these 2 changes are forced changes in bringing Antonio Arthur and Williams on for the likes of Jason Lovell and Kamal Thompson.
The other thing I want to ask you is, With Wales coming back to make it, we pause a moment because this is BDF going forward again. Ball cleared by Rico Graham, who is playing at left back tonight. Morris back in his favorite right back position. Good ball in field. This is Green. Leading ball down the middle. Headed away though by the Defense Force Sports Program. They need Sargent to get into the game. Sargent plays it to Lord. Lord holds it up. He will go all the way back to Primus. Yes, for sure he does. He holds it up very well. Good intelligent play. Good reading of the game. Primus plays it right side. This is BDS Sports Program trailing 2-0. They are looking to get back a goal to maintain the aggregate score. Remember, a long way to go in this one. If the scores are deadlocked after the 90 minutes, then we'll have extra time. Here's Leacock now. This is where the danger lies for Wales. Good ball inside. Good clearance. But Trevor, that is where the danger lies. Leacock gets the ball just in and around the area, and no one seemed capable of taking the ball off of him.
Yeah, it's very difficult for such a tricky little player to shut him down. You can't really get him shut down that easily. There's the clearance from Jabbar Buggy Green.
This is Sargent again. This is BDF. Good back heel. This is Wales defending. BDF slowly but surely getting their foot on the ball again. This is a very serious period. 34 minutes gone. BDF 0, Wales 2. Ball is with Holligan. Holligan finds Hayward. Hayward will check and wait. No, he plays it down the left. Not a good ball. Good reading from BDF defense. Ball is with Sargent. Holds it up. Goes on a run. Hayward has gone down. I don't know if he got cramp or something. Graham will need to put the ball into touch. Hayward seemed to be carrying the injury over the last couple of games, though, Trev.
Yeah, he seems to have a few issues every now and then. As soon as he goes into those 50-50 challenges, he seems to come out the worse for wear. But getting back to your point there, Keith, there's a need for the likes of the BDF captain Raheem Sargent to get into this game a lot more, because the ball will channel through him to get to Tashian Lord wearing 10, and Omani Leacock, the trickster, wearing the number 9.
The trickster.
Lots of tricks up the sleeve.
Why not the magician?
Well, I've used magician so often that I need to use another word to describe the way he goes about his tactics. So the keys to this particular matchup is if Sargent has a good game, and Chandler, as the ball will filter from the likes of Rashawn Kelman and Shaquille Brown at left and right back respectively into Sargent and Chandler, opening the door then for Lord and Leacock to make their way into the 18-yard box. So if the middle of the field is nullified, if Sargent and Chandler don't get the ball by good work from Green and the likes of Hayward as well as Anton Graves, then the keys to the game says that Wales will run away with it.
Kimar Headley has been a key playing in the center of the defense. He's playing the leading balls a little too much, though, I believe. He needs to get the ball out wide. Good football here from defense force. Holligan takes it off, plays it through the gap. Keeper comes off the line. Holligan is destined to have a good game. He had a good back heel to make it 2-2. This is Leacock. That's a lovely ball down the right. Good cover challenge in the end. That is strength in abundance. Was that...
a little bit malicious, though. Keith left the ball and went for the man with the body check. I'm sure he should.
That was Miller?
That's Miller. He should have ushered the ball by keeping his body between the attacker and the ball rather than going for him with the shoulder. But he got away with one there, I think, with Julian Martindale.
Well, sometimes you need that little bit of luck, but he would have to be careful, because if it is Omani Leacock going for the ball or Tristan Lord, again, he would have to find another option. 37 minutes gone. If you're now joining us, Wales playing in the green and white, leading by 2-0. They go forward down the left, intercepted and played out strongly by BDF Sports Program. Jabari Green, not a good ball. Won by Sargent, good control. This is BDF going forward. This is Leacock, lovely ball looking for Lord. Lord holds it up, plays it down the left, looking back for Leacock. Good cover challenge from Headley, only to give it away. This is a chance for BDF. Ball played across the area, no problem. But you can see that the tactics from BDF tonight, Trevor, Lord and Leacock.
Yeah, get the ball to Lord and Leacock through the outlets of Sargent, the captain, and Jamal Chandler.
Well, the ball is with Morris, a key player for Wales. That's a poor pass. He nearly gets the ball back. BDF coming forward now. Lots of room. Tackle comes in. They come away with Williams. He holds it up, plays it down the right, finds Alexander. BDF looking a little stronger and a little more composed, having a little bit more possession. Good ball in. Again, down the right-hand side. Can they find the room and the time? Good control. This is danger for Wales. Not a good ball, and in the end, Jabari Green is there. Plays the ball into the path of BDF. But momentarily, Trev, Wales were under a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure there, but in the end, the defensive tactics of Ramar Miller, Morris also got back on this near side so that Tashane Lord wasn't in a position to receive the pass. And of course, Kimar Headley, the central defender there, is going the number 11, backing us in the shot and receiving this ball, able to usher his defense into a nice posture and stop the BDF from making headroads into the 18-yard box.
Here we go again with Sargent. This is danger. Lee caught one-on-one. Good tackle there. Miller went to the ground very, very early, but surely that was dangerous. Here's Lord. Trouble for Wales again. Good cover challenge. Lord and Leacock, the two L's. What do you think about them together, Trev?
I'm thinking about two P's. Peter Pan. I like to call him. Nickname him Peter Pan. He's excellent flight of foot there, Keith, and lots of skill to go with it inside the 18-yard box.
I think this is where Wales will have a problem in the second half if the Wales defenders get careless. Either Lord or Leacock can easily destroy them. And it is good to know that you have preached Sunday night after Sunday night. You want to see a lot more of Lord because he has excellent talent just like Leacock. So I hope that the technical staffs of the national team are watching these young players who can take Barbados football to another level, because in the modern game, if defense is so well organized, you need these brilliant individuals to unlock the door. The ball is with Headley. Will he play another leading ball? He's playing a little too many balls through the middle. They're easy to read. The ball with Lord, plays it back. Defense force a little more organized at the moment than they were in the opening 15 minutes. This is Sargent. He turns. He will run with the ball as he normally does. He is looking for someone to make a run. That's a lovely ball through. No. Morris comes across, intercepts it, and immediately finds Shaquille Boyce. Boyce holds it up, plays it back. Here we go with Morris and Wales, Trevor. Very well organized. Very, very, very meticulous. They're passing the ball. Even Eastman, who gave away the second goal the other night. They're playing a lot better tonight, Trev.
Yeah, lots more confidence from the Wales. They've gone back to the drawing board and come with another set of tactics where they're keeping possession of the ball a lot better and are showing great confidence in doing that as well.
2-2 the scoreline, 4-4 the aggregate score. Wales 2 on the night. BDF Sports Program 0. Don't write them off. They can come back at any time. They play it short with Alexander. This is BDF. They go down the right. They have lost 2 players in the opening minutes. I believe Lovell went off injured, but we'll confirm that at halftime. And also Young Thompson went off. Tackle comes in. Ball runs into touch. And we are inside the last 3 minutes of the first half in this all-important big game and final. BDF Sports Program coming in with 4 points, 4 goals for, 2 against. Wales with Jessica Cliff to come. They're looking for goal number 3 before halftime. Shot comes in. Primus knocks it into the air, catches it back. Graves shot on target. But Primus, brilliant, Trevor.
Yeah, excellent goalkeeping from the young 21-year-old in the BDF Sports Program goal bar. Had to take the sting off of it first though, Keith, and then snatch it on the second time of asking. 43 on the clock. Wales with the 2-0 lead. 4-4 on aggregate.
A lot of colour on the far side in all forms.
And class.
And class. And creed. So at the moment, Wales going forward, a little bit of magic down the left again. Can they find the cutting edge? Good cover challenge from BDF Sports Program. Good defensive work. leading ball down the right. They have time and space. Danger for Wales. Not a good pass in the end though. Leacock was trying to thread the ball through the eye of a needle. He wins it back. He goes again. He's left. Green, the kick, he's not there. This is trouble for Wales. Good cover from Miller. Trevor, you always seem to be excited when Leacock gets the ball. So am I. I tend to sit up. And there is no doubt about it. He excites all the fans, whether you're home, watching Trident 10, compliments of BFA, or if you're here. The crowd is built up substantially, Trevor, on the far side as we roll inside the last minute of the first half. Blessings to each and every one. I'm enjoying bringing this commentary to you. And I hope that you are enjoying the game also wherever you are. The ball with Harrywood, who scored the opening goal for Wales. Leading ball, Burrows looking to get on it. In fact, that is Shaquille Boyce. He turns his man inside out. He will shoot. He locks again. A little too much, Trevor. Why did he not pull the trigger?
No confidence in that left foot, Keith. It has to be that because he, as you said, he hesitated, then the chance was gone.
And he is such a good young talent. He's slightly injury prone, and he should have slammed that one and pulled the best out of Primus. We roll inside the last minute of normal time. How many minutes of time added on, Trevor? I can't see it from here.
It's 2 from
2 minutes of time added on for stoppages. Ball played forward there by Headley. Headley finds Graham. Graham going on a run. He plays the ball into Harewood. Harewood would shoot. Ball trickles off the legs of the defense force defense. And in the end, the keeper comes across, collects it cleanly. And surely both teams have been using a lot of wonder. Bright from Purity. Goal number 2-1 in the making for defense force. Good cover challenge from Miller. Superb defending. Ball played back to Holligan. Holligan has turned 2 men inside out. Plays it down the left. This could be goal number 3 just before halftime. This is danger here for BDF. We wait Burris Palguima score. And how Shaquille Boyce could miss. On any other given night, Boyce would have made that 3-2. Trevor, that was easy squeezy. Your comments.
Sitting here, it looks
you can't believe it.
It looks easy, but the thing is, if you're full of confidence, you'll finish that. He seems to be lacking a bit of confidence when it comes to scoring goals this season, but creating them is not a problem. When you put him in the other position now where he has to finish it, he showed that he was goal shy.
Well, if we see that on the playback, there is no way you can believe that a player of Shaquille Boyce's finishing ability would have missed that. Burris did all the hard work. He's offside. There he goes again. And after all the shuffles he has made the whole night, can we just see that momentarily? Because I thought that was goal number 3. Because if Wales had scored just before halftime, Trevor, that would have been a killer goal. Watch it here again. This is great football from Burris. You can't miss that, Trevor. The whole goal is open.
He needs to readjust, Keith, because it came 6 inches off the surface, which means he needs to raise his foot 6 inches to get it to stay down. Instead, he kept his right foot to the surface, and the connection was all wrong.
Trevor, I don't mean to be facetious, but you would have scored that goal with your eyes closed. The whole goal was open because, you know, Primus had gone to the near post. Surely the fans on the far side, most of them the Wales fans in that stand, would have been hoping that that was goal number 3. Unfortunately, it wasn't. But surely on this night, Wales 2, BDF Sports Program 0, Trevor Torn.
As we head to that halftime break, a thrilling encounter where actually tied 4 goals apiece in the aggregate score. And I'm absolutely sure of it. There's more goals in the second half for sure. So don't move a muscle, folks. You're watching Trident 10's coverage of the 2018-2019 Barbados Football Association's Premier League final match of the season. At this point in time, it's Weymouth Wales, the defending Double Crown champions, 2, the BDS Sports Program 0. Lots more after these commercial messages. Join us.
This is Kurt Brown, and I love mixing as a DJ and with my go-to drink, Clayton's Cola Tonic. Clayton's mixes with hard or soft. It's your secret and mine what we mix with Clayton's. Change it up depending on the event. I love the energy I get from it to keep me going all night long. Clayton's will know why you're up, and so will I. But your secret is safe. Clayton's Cola Tonic. Take it any way you like.
Barbados Steel Works, we're more than just steel. Foundation to roof and everything in between. Building or renovating, there is simply no debating. We supply all your construction needs. Visit our store today for a deal. Barbados Steel Works, a name you can trust. Quality material depend on us. Barbados Steel Works, we're more than just steel. Foundation to roof and everything in between. Come to Barbados Steel Works.
When we are some Johnny Walker, drinking some fire water. When we are some Johnny Walker, drinking some fire water. With a bunch in 30 brandy or some Johnny Walker. Pick up our drinkers in at this place right now. I got all of a yellow wine while I'm drinking some fire water. Energy got me feeling so high.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an enthralling, engaging, end-to-end encounter between these two teams. The final of the championship playoff between Weymouth Wales and Barbados Defence Force sports program. At half-time, it is 2-0 in favour of the Wales. It is all square on aggregate, so the next goal will be very important. With me again, Anmar Goodrich-Boyce, Kwame Paris. What is your assessment, Anmar, of the first half?
I would say the first half is everything I expected in the game so far. Weymouth Wales, they're leading 2-0. The first goal, Romario here, it was an excellent finish, a brilliant flick ball by Hayden Holligan. And for Herod to keep his composure, needed that his team needed the first goal. I thought that was excellent. Walton Burrows for the second, a brilliant glancing header. The keeper stood no chance, Kishmar Primus. And as a result, Weymouth Wales are, right now the game is heading to extra time as we speak with 45 minutes to go. The BDF Sports program, they had their moments. I would say they've been allowed to play with the ball a bit freely, but they've been challenging at the back. And I think they're too satisfied with allowing Weymouth Wales to control the possession and hit them on the counter-attack. So I think in the second half, if the sports program, if they are to get back on top of this game, they need to involve Tashane Lord. They need to involve Omani Leacock and Rashad Smith. These are the players that are going to get something out of this game. Right now, Wales have the advantage.
Kwame, you did not expect Wales to be doing this well. You called a 1-1 draw at the beginning of time. Wales up 2 now. So what do you think? What did they employ in that first half to get this maximum lead here?
A lot of pace, a lot of movement. Definitely, Romario Herwood has been more involved in terms of creating a role that he would have shared with Jeffrey Williams. But Williams not starting, he's been entrusted with possession of the ball more so. And the difference has been the introduction of Morris on this right-hand side, and the surprise package so far has been Rico Graham on that left-hand side. That ball that he put in for the second goal was amazing.
So what do you think is going to be necessary now for the Soldiers to get back in this one? Because as we said, we've made a lot of mention of missing 2 players, Akeem Hill and Trim. Yes, Ronaldo Trim. So what do you think they have to employ for that second half to get back in this game? Because they really need just one and they will be going forward.
Well, so far they've been forced to make 2 changes so far, and those 2 players were also booked. I don't know if injury plus the bookings had anything to do with it, but after he has to resort to his bench, he needs to find a player that could relieve Rashad Smith of his defensive duties and allow him to get more in the attacking third.
So, Goodrich boys, we expect a more fiery second half with both teams now having to come out and having to go for it. So how do you see the second half ending up for both these teams?
Well, I think it's going to be important for both teams to get the next goal of the game. I think the next goal of the game will be very crucial. I think whichever team gets the next goal of the game will go on to win it in normal time. I'm looking at the Wales bench and I'm seeing the likes of Ray Snag, Revere Williams. These are game changers for Wales. BDF, on the other hand, I'm not seeing the type of players that can come on and win a football match. Not saying that it can't be happening, but this is the point that I'm taking.
So BDF have been the top scorers in the Premier League this season, best defense as well, and so far in these two games have gone so far, they have scored 4, and Wales have not been able to keep them out. So do you think that Wales can keep them out today based on what we've seen in the first half?
Yeah, like I said before, I don't think BDF will score in normal time here today. Like I said, I think it will go all the way to penalty kicks, and right now, with the scoreline 2-0, it looks like we're heading there. But it's been a very open game, I must say. Both teams, what I like about it is that both teams, they're not afraid to attack. And this is what the fans come here every Sunday to see. They want to see entertaining football. They want to see passes. They want to see shots. They want to see goals. And I think they've got a treat here tonight. BDF sports program, their keeper, Kishmar Primus. He was excellent in the second game. This game now, he's still playing good because he still had to made some crucial saves. However, his back line has to help him out. It's been forsaking him so far for the first half. But second half, I think both teams, they need to keep the cool. They need to be concentrated, and it's a lot at stake, Maitland. This is do or die for both teams right here.
So we make mention also of the coaches, Thomas Jordan of Weymouth, Wales, and Asquith Howell of the BDF Sports Program. Both of them have been made to make a few changes to what would be their usual starting 11s this evening, and I'm sure that this is a very important halftime break. So finally, guys, what do you think that Mr. Jordan is telling that Wales unit in there?
More of the same. We have spoken off air about the changes that Mr. Jordan would have made, Thomas Jordan. I'm happy to see the game going in such a nature because it's made me change my prediction because I went with Wales, and then when I saw the starting line, I felt like BDF had a chance in this game. But with the lack of certain players involved, I would say that at the moment Wales have created a pendulum swing, and it's going to be very difficult mentally and physically for BDF to get back into this game.
And what would Mr. Howell be telling his soldiers in there?
Well, he'll be telling them, I think, right now that we need to score the next goal. Definitely, we've allowed our advantage to go down the drain. So I think it's important for BDF just to calm the nerves, get the next goal again. I must make mention, just before the players come back out, it's been very interesting to see Jordan. We've seen Kemar Headley deployed at centre back, and we've not seen Arantes Lawrence, but we've seen the likes of Jabbar Buggy Green in the midfield, and he has been doing an excellent job just to calm down the nerves. So, well, going forward to the second half, I will say he'll be telling the BDS Sports Program we need to get the next goal. And once we get the next goal, I think They should be good from there. Wales, likewise, the same thing. Get the next goal.
Superb analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay with us for the next 45, at the end of which we will have either a new champion or the repeating champions for the third year in a row. Thank you very much. We'll be back with Keith and Trevor.
This is Kurt Brown, and I love mixing as a DJ and with my go-to drink, Clayton's Cola Tonic. Clayton's mixes with hard or soft. It's your secret and mine what we mix with Clayton's. Change it up depending on the event. I love the energy I get from it to keep me going all night long. Clayton's will know why you're up, and so will I. But your secret is safe. Clayton's Cola Tonic. Take it any way you like.
watch the game and you're getting a sandwich, why can't you use the Wonder Bread from Purity, the all-rounder, the raisin bran, and all of the nice stuff, whole wheat sandwich, whole wheat salt bread, etc., etc. Make sure that you do it right, because tonight is the night that one of the two teams will lift the trophy. BDF Sports Program coming here and starting positively with a 2-goal advantage. But now, in our parlance, as we say, it's under the cost, Trevor. 4-4 the scoreline. Hayward with a brilliantly taken early goal, and then Burroughs, a man who knows how to finish, with a very, very good header. Wales 2. BDF Sports Program left and going down the left with Kelman. Kelman holds it up, plays it in the gap. Here we go, chance for shot to come in, that always climbing. You can tell the tactics from BDF now is to shoot on sight, Trevor. Do you really believe in your heart that they can pull back a goal early in this game and force the Wales under some pressure?
Well, you see there was an obvious chance there, 35 yards out, and had the space and time to line it up. Just didn't get it on target, so they're who's important. They're the ones that need to believe that they can do it, with those chances being created. And simply because Wales were asleep in the first 5 minutes here, allowing that space to be exploited by the BDF men in the in that 20 to 30 yard spot away from goal. Here's Graves though, Keith.
There's Graves running with it at his feet, strongly tackled, good defensive cover. BDF winning back the ball with Lord, plays it down the left, good turning and twisting there. But Holligan all the way back to defend. The ball is with Morris. Morris holds it up, plays it down the right. Can Wales find the cutting edge going forward? No, they can't. BDF back in numbers with Sargent. I believe the team who scores the third goal or the first goal in this second half will go on to win the game. That is just my belief, because they will have that 3-goal to 2 advantage. This is Leacock, plays it short, finds Sargent. Sargent down the right hand side. This is Brown. Brown clips it across the air. That should be easy pickings for Eastman. That's regulation stuff, Trev.
Yeah, it didn't have the venom on it. The dip and swerve was easy to read. And Eastman, that's bread and butter for him on a Sunday night.
Well, you're speaking about Venom Griffith, the champion road tennis player. Leading ball down the middle, finds Holligan. Holligan all the way back to Miller. Miller looking to run into trouble. Gets out of trouble. This is dangerous. Plays it across the box. Holligan, bad pass from Holligan. Here we go with Arthur. Arthur plays it inside. This is Chandler down the left. This is BDS Sports Program going on a run. This is Lord. He looks to back heel and twist and turn. Morris allows it to run into touch. Lord and Leacock, they love to do stuff. They're both very talented, Trevor.
Almost as sweet as LL Cool J. LL
Cool J, Mr. Torn says. He knows all the music. I don't know if he's a dancer. I know he was a goal scorer.
Bit of a DJ.
And I know he's a top commentator and a DJ. At the moment, it's going to take more than the DJ to get the goal that will give either team the go-ahead. This is Headley. He has played these leading balls throughout the night. Ball looking to be won by Burroughs, but Brown is back there to defend. Hayward with possession. He is the key man for Wales. Going forward, he plays the ball down the right side. Finds Shaquille Boyce. Shaquille Boyce under pressure. Free kick to be taken quickly by BDF. Lord going on a run here. Moments of madness. Good ball across the area. And in the end, Eastman. The one who weakness Lord has, sometimes he don't seem to understand this is the way to pass it now. He runs into pockets and then strikes. He tries to hold it up a little too long, Trevor, in my opinion.
Yeah, I could agree with you there. He does have the ability to strike from 18 yards, as we saw I believe it was about 3 games ago. He really struck one with the right foot, and that ended up.
Well,
in
here
the
we
back
go
of
with
nets.
Graves. Where he strike with his left foot, he's being brought down. Williams brings in them. Surely that was a good run from Graves, Trevor. We have some brilliant individual players on the pitch who runs with the ball well at their feet, and that was very well done by Graves.
Yeah, excellent stuff from him. He almost forced Gillian to make a decision because he cut slightly across after running at full tilt
That
for
is
about
Williams
10
getting a card?
for about 10 yards. Yeah, Williams certainly gets a card on 55 minutes there.
Well, we wait to see what Yearwood would do here now. There he goes. That's a foul there from Williams for sure. All he needed to do is keep Graves a little wider, but he brought him down. We wait for the free kick.
It's an excellent opportunity too for Wales here, Keith, with the...
Right, Hayward is going to try to bend it to the
Hayward.
right of Primus, I'm sure. He will try to lock it back because the wall is this side. He's going to try to lock it back. Is it going to be Holligan? Holligan straight into the wall. I'm surprised to see that Hayward allow Holligan to take that. I would not have given up that at all, Trevor. Hayward has to take that unless his leg is injured. Because remember, he went down earlier.
Yeah, so we'll see if the next one comes and he doesn't take it, then you know for sure he's cradling that right foot a bit and doesn't really want to strike through the ball at this stage of the game.
A good game so far. Wales 2. The ball is with Holligan. He is being Holligan goes to the floor so often that I have to make a special note of that in the future so you can put it in the stats column. How many times has he gone down for the night?
I think that's fall number 7, I think, Keith.
He's always an exciting player. When he learns to stay on his feet a little more, and when he learns to score goals, he will go on to be a fantastic player. He's always full of energy. And now, Hayward around the ball, Green around the ball.
There's a substitution about to occur, Keith.
For Wales?
Yeah, it certainly looks like Rashida Jeffrey Williams will make his way on.
For Hayward?
Off comes Jabbar Buggy Green, the captain of Wales.
That's why he exchanged the armband with Holligan. He played his part in that first 45 minutes. Full of life, full of running, but probably he don't have the 19 minutes in him anymore. Hayward to take the free kick. Hayward plays it wide down the right side to the overlapping Morris. Morris goes forward and wins the throw-in. This has made a lot of difference to Wales tonight. Morris playing right back and trying to get forward. He's not happy because there was no movement from the Wales player. Williams, a very dangerous man, very experienced player. Ball is with BDF Sports Program. Not a good ball. They're not concentrating at the moment, BDF. They're looking to find Lee Cock. Wales are there in numbers. Ball breaks. BDF coming forward. Danger here for Wales from Lord. Good tackle coming in. Good reading of the game there, I believe. If they had allowed Lord to get in behind the defense, it could have been a goal in the making for BDF.
Yeah, certainly could. Strong tackle in the end. Puts that attack to bed for a little bit.
We have a lot of tourists on the far side.
Well, they enjoy.
I hope they're scouts looking for some players.
Yes, enjoying themselves here at the turf for a post ball there, and then ball coming off of Arthur's thigh or shin. I think it was there on 58 minutes. The score remains Weymouth Wales 2, BDF Sports Program 0. Aggregate score 4 goals apiece.
Trevor, how many people or fans, the more correct word you believe you have here tonight? Because over on the far side has built up incredibly throughout the game. There's Mario Hart sitting in the crowd. About how many people do you think is there at the game?
Probably about 1,200 or so.
Oh, Trevor, you has the eagle eye. The ball played forward there by Rico Graham. Finds Hayward, they twist and turn. Plays it all the way back. Finds Miller. Miller with the leading ball. Looking to get Shaquille Boyce on the end. Burrows with goal number 2 in the making. Good tackle comes in from Alexander. Comes off the legs and goes into touch for a corner kick. Burrows also, he goes down quite often. Let us hope that he's not injured for his sake, because he can score some fantastic goals when he's totally fit.
Definitely so. I think he mistimed that one. She probably shouldn't have gone in there because he definitely wasn't 50-50 between himself and the defender. Probably more like 55-45. He put his foot in and then tried to get it out of the danger zone. But by the time he withdrew, it was too late.
What is the possession like at the moment?
Well, more like 50-50 at this point because the BDF every now and then are getting some nice possession in the middle of the midfield with the likes of Lord and Leacock for a post ball. Headed away with some good defensive work there. So 50-50 at this point. Same as the tie.
That is so right. 4-4. Another corner kick to Wales. Jeffrey Rashida Williams coming on for Jabari Green. What a good sub to have, Trevor.
Yeah, excellent. A game changer is what they call him. Can take the game by the scruff of the neck and take it all the way over to Carrington Village, away from the BDS Sports Program, if he has a very good final 30 minutes.
Hayward with a corner kick. This is dangerous there. The heads go up. Williams with a chance to shoot. He can't get no power on it. And in the end, BDF Sports Program will clear the danger to Leacock. Leacock would hold it up, I'm sure. Plays the lead in ball. Danger for Wales. Williams trying to go around Headley. Headley reads the script well. Intercepts it. Plays it down the right side. Ball won back by, that is Smith. Smith to Lord. Lord holds it up. He's been fouled. Sergeant collects it, so the referee allows the game to go on. BDS Sports Program probing and searching down the left. Can Lord keep it in play? He holds it up down the left side. Clips it in. Leacock looking to head it on. Wales would have to be careful. He's been brought down. A shot comes in, charged away. Trevor, that was very close. Very, very close, but Martindale was right on the spot. Here we go with Shaquille Boys. BDS Sports Program tackling as they normally do with venom and commitment. Ball played forward, headed on. No problem to Eastman. It will be interesting to see what happened momentarily when they appeal for a penalty. Here's Graves. Plays it short, finds Holligan. Turns inside. Leading ball. Looking to find Graham, but in the end, good cover challenge from Smith. What you thought about that one, Trevor, moments ago?
Well, the fact that referee Martindale didn't even flinch at it. I know she's normally in the right place at the right time. She certainly did look as though she was in the right place as well. So I'd chalk that off as just a shout for a penalty. Nothing happening.
Headley finding Boyce down the right. In fact, that is Morris. Leacock locks, turns, plays it all the way back. This is BDF going on a run with Lord. Lord running the ball into the path of the Wales defenders. But the game is very, 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 I want to find the correct word, tightly.
Evenly poised.
Evenly poised and tightly locked. There's no room, that's the word I was looking for. There's no room at the moment in the game, Trevor. Man, it is making it very, very difficult for the players to find that opening because both defenses are very tight. Here's Sargent. Can he unlock? He will shoot from distance. No problems for Eastman at all. But that is better from BDF. They look stronger, Trevor, at the beginning of the second half than they did in the opening 45 minutes.
Yes, for sure. They've woken up to the task at hand, knowing that they're not out of it. They're still tied for a piece on aggregate scores. Ball down the left, looking for Graham. Cuts past Antonio Arthur Keefe into the box.
That's a penalty. Another referee saying no play on, but we must see that one again because he turned his man inside out. And momentarily, Trevor, I thought it was a penalty kick. Right. What is your opinion?
I'm having my faith in Martindale. I think she was 10 yards away. The two players were in a position where they could face and see her.
Well, let us see the play back, hopefully, because maybe they collided with each other.
Coming together.
Yeah, but
no maliciousness in it.
Yeah, Rico Graham looked sure to go inside.
He did.
And then he came sliding down.
I can agree with that part of it too.
Yeah, we'll have to see that on the playback.
Was it coming together, or was it a fact that he got his legs taken away in the final result?
Well, hopefully we'll see. But the game wide open, 63 minutes gone. Ball inside the area to Leacock. He's going to go on a run. Clats it across. cleared by Wales. And we are looking for a third goal for Wales. And we are looking for the first one for BDF Sports Program. The team who should score now would obviously take the lead. This is it. He locks it. Let's see. There he goes. Trevor?
Tripped outside, if anything, at all.
But that was a foul.
But not a penalty.
That was a foul for sure. But the referee decision is always final. But we have the opportunity of the playback, which she did not have.
That's right.
So surely a corner kick to BDF. They scarcely won a corner kick in the first half, so they're really imposing their will now, and they're playing a lot better. We wait to see. Sargent have gone across. The fans have come out tonight in the numbers, and I'm certain they're watching all over the world on Trident 10. Ball played and charged away. Graham clears it momentarily, and in the end, Burroughs back to defend. Wales 2, BDF Sports Program 0. Aggregate score 4-4. Wales looking to retain the title in 2019. BDF Sports Program won it last in what year, Trevor?
2013, 14, and 15.
Back to back.
Back to back to back.
And the thing about these two teams, they have both gone forward to play in the semi-final round of the knockout. Wales playing Bridensill and BDF playing Ellerton. But it is with Holligan, who has been having a good night tonight. Tackle comes in, ball runs into the arm of Primus. I believe now that is the time Wales will probably be looking to make another substitution. Is that Holligan on the field again, Trevor? Trevor, it has to be Holligan.
9.
Is 9?
It's Hayden Holligan.
Yeah, but Trevor, I leave you to speak on that. How many times now?
He's a man always in action, always drawing fouls, Keith. That's his job.
Well, I must give him credit for that. But surely with 66 minutes gone, are we going to be in for an extra long night? 24 minutes of normal time left to play. They're asking for a stretcher for Holligan. And Trevor, that will give me a chance to take a breather and for you to speak on what you believe will transpire in the remaining 24 minutes.
Well, the BDS Sports Program continued to show faith in the 22-year-old magician Shane Lord and national utility man, 26-year-old Raheem Sargent. They've had a reasonable game up to this point, but it's time to really put the foot on the gas now and give us the extra that they've been holding back to get the additional goal. For Wales, we think that if they can bring another magician to the party, Romano Snag, the Vincentian known as Ray Snag, is sitting on the bench. He is a game changer, and of course the veteran Revere Williams can put the dagger, the final nail into the coffin of the BDF Sports Program. So which tactic will it be? Will the BDF continue to persist with the magician Omani Leacock and Shane Lord to unlock the defence of Wales, or will Wales go to the top draw and bring Snag and Revere Williams to this party on 68 minutes?
Holligan is limping off gingerly. Is there any sign of a substitution coming for him?
Well, where we're positioned, we can't see if Wales are going to warm because they're on the other side. They're on the left-hand side of the screen, so we're unable to see who's warming for the Wales. But that's a sign that Holligan is perhaps injured. Definitely this time around. We know he sometimes play axe and has a bit of Hollywood in him, but he's certainly limped off this time around. And he would look for Ray Snag to come to the party, as well as the deadly Revere Williams.
Well, here's Lord looking to come to the party, and finally caught good move from BDF. They're beginning to look and threaten. This is another good tackle coming in from Wales. They're very tight at the back. Ball played down the right side. This is Arfoy, plays a good ball in. Danger Wales will have to be careful. Good goalkeeping. Good football from BDF. Intelligent football. And when the cross came in, Eastman showed all his experience.
Yeah, he certainly did, but really and truly the shot didn't have the necessary power to beat him, Keith. So that's a gravy stuff for him. Should be able to just sap that one up really easily, and he did the job that he's supposed to do.
Well, BDF threatening it again. Ball headed away by Morris, but not too far. Only as far as Williams. Cleared in the end by Rico Graham. This is Burris. He's had a good game for the night. Holds it up well. Plays it down the right side. Finds Graves. Graves will go on a run against 3 men. Danger for BDF. Shot comes in, going wide. The only problem I have with these young players who are so skillful and talented, they don't seem able to hit the target.
Yeah, they seem to lack the confidence, Keith, to finish the move off. All the tricks in the world leading into the move, but then when it comes to the final end product, absolutely nothing.
Well, good night to all those guys out in Will. You watching the game, Davin Company. Congratulations on belated birthday to Bud, to my good young friend. He celebrated his birthday a few weeks ago, and that's his name is Dove. He is a very, very, very strong supporter of Pinelands now that he don't play anymore. The ball with Tristan Lord, he holds it up, cuts it across the area. Danger here. Wales in pressure, just wide. The longer the game goes, the stronger BDS Sports program become. And Williams was there at the death, but he couldn't get it on target. Trevor, good football from BDF.
Definitely good stuff there, but failure to hit the target there on 70 minutes. The score remains 4-4 on aggregate. And on the night, it's Weymouth Wales 2, BDF Sports Program 0, as we prepare ourselves for the BIMFC 2019 Masters Tournament, Keith. Whitsun weekend, 7th to 10th of June. 71 on the clock. Wales with the 2-0 lead over BDF Sports Program.
Well, please sign me up for Team Trevor. I can still play in the midfield. I wouldn't run a lot, but I can knock it a lot. Leading ball down the right. Good cover challenge from Morris. He plays it forward. Boyce, who was very much in the game in the first half, have not really got into the game in the second. Plays it to Graham. Graham down the left side again. Good interception. BDF seem to have become stronger, Trevor, as the game has gone on. They're running a little stronger than Wales, and Wales not being able to get them break down. Here goes Hayward to deny a chance, to give them a chance to get that next goal. Good ball across the area.
Needed finishing. That really needed finishing. He did everything right. Oh, that's a good dummy. This is trouble here. Ball played down the left. This is Lord. He will dribble for sure. He takes on the defense. Cuts it back. Leacock looking to turn on the dime. A goal must come somewhere, Trevor. At one end, it was Saywood looking to create. At the next one, it was Tristan Lord. Surely, here we go again. Pace from Holligan. He's still on the pitch. He's back.
Yeah, he's back. Primus plays it forward. This is BDS Sports Program down the left. Both teams are looking to win the game. They're not looking for no extra time. This is Jamal Chandler. Plays it through the gap. Finds the magician. This is problems for Wales. Leacock going forward. Ball down the right side. Cut across the air by Arthur. Easy pickings for Eastman. I sense the goal is coming from somewhere, Trevor. Do you believe a goal will come soon?
It certainly looks that way to me too. I can sniff it. I can smell it from here. 73 on the clock. Here comes Williams.
Jeffrey Rashida Williams plays it wide. Finds Graves. He locks. He will come back. He finds Morris. Morris back again. Good football from Wales. Patient and slow. Here's Holligan. Holligan plays it on the outside again. Lovely pass from Jeffrey Williams. As the Bajan youngsters will say, he's doing the dog. Ball comes in. BDF Sports Program clears it to Boyce. Cleared in the end. But the players are beginning to lift the game as we look to roll inside the last 17 minutes. I believe Snipes may be warming up down in front for Wales. I don't see anyone warming up for BDF. They're quite contented. Brown finds Leacock. This is where the danger lies. Leacock locks again. He waits. He will play it through the gap. Looks for the return ball. Williams can find it. But that was good football from Leacock. He found Williams in the space. And surely a return ball would have been better than Trev.
Yeah, he certainly unlocked the defensive Wales there by the stop and go, stop and start dribble there. But Williams wasn't really ready for it, and then eventually gave up possession rather cheaply, just about the right amount the time when the trigger was supposed to be pulled.
Well, I believe too that the Wales players are backing off Leacock a little too much. You need to put the pressure on Leacock. As you move back, Leacock is going to take you on and look to take you out. Here is Graves now. He will go on a run. He has fantastic speed. He can lock and come back on his left foot. Good defending. I'm impressed by Kelvin there in that moment. For a moment, I thought that Graves had gone past Trevor. He didn't only win the ball, but he used it sensibly in the end.
He surely did. Here's the BDF with Shane Lord in towards Leacock. Robbed of it by Kimar Headley, who's showing great knowledge of the game, Keith, by sitting in that back four, stealing the balls away, and then starting the attacks from that same position.
The thing about him too is that he has good pace. Holligan have given possession away. This is trouble for Wales. Leading ball, good Headley again. Just like you said, this is Williams. Strong tackle comes in back. Holligan is on the pitch again.
That's foul number 10, Keith. Holligan going into double figures.
I don't know anyone else in the Premiership that hits the floor as regularly as young Holligan. But you know one thing I like about him though, you know he gets up quickly and goes again.
Most of the time.
Yeah, he's full of energy. The ball now with Miller. Leading long ball. Cleared by the BDF defenders. Will the ball come to Leacock? He misreads it. He jumps. He gets moved out of the way quite easy by Miller. Holligan again, not on the floor this time. This is a foul against Holligan for a change. He is not fouled. He fouls Sergeant, the captain, fouling the captain. Here we go now. This is Williams. In fact, that's a shot coming, charged away. That was good from Leacock. He tried his best. But BDF are creeping a lot closer to Wales' goal now, Trevor. The legs are beginning to tire. Williams plays it down the left, finds Lord. Lord is left one man standing. He plays it in that sweep, and that should have been goal number 3. That was brilliant movement, brilliant football. And in the end, Chandler, a man who buries those balls, headed over Trevor Torn.
So there's the fleet-footed to Shane Lord, Keith. T-L-O-R-D-E. Yeah, that's the guy, man. To Shane Lord, man. Brilliant player. Showing all of the magic there on the left-hand side, creating the chance. But Chandler just didn't possess the wherewithal to put the ball home and put Wales out of their misery.
But like I predicted earlier, the longer the game goes on, the stronger BDF will become. And Wales would have to defend with their heart if they want to maintain this 2-0 lead. Because personally, I don't think Wales would want to go to extra time. BDF may not mind that, or they can get the goal now. That's another save from Primus. I make him the man of the tournament. You know, when I say tournament, you know what I mean. The 2 best in 3. He has been brilliant. That is a top draw save because it was sinking and going. Alexander's on the floor. Let us see back that save. And when you're having your cup of tea, we wait to see display first. And then I'll come back to the tea and the Wonder Loaves. Watch this, Trevor. This is fantastic.
The chest control, okay, from Burrows just before it, though. That was also excellent as well.
Burrows has that ability to turn and sweep it. A goal is somewhere lurking. I don't know for which side. But back to don't go to sleep. Get your Wonder Loaf. Whatever kind you want, an all-rounder, a 5 or 6. Make sure you have it well organized. Salt bread or just whole wheat sandwich. And Trevor, you're chomping at the bit to say something. Wales 2, BDF Sports Program 0, 4-4 the scoreline.
This, as you said, the goal is coming, but which team will it be? Just can't put your finger on it because they're both playing excellently at this point in time. But of course, the Wales looking to bring on a man that has only 2 goals in the Premier League this season, been used sparingly as a substitute. He scored both goals in the matchup against POREY Spring, and he hails from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, known as Romano Resnag. Is warming on the touchline to our right. he could be the difference between the two teams in both a positive way and a negative. If he has no impact whatsoever, then and the Wales need an impact player right now, then it could be the BDF that one of their impact players could perhaps snatch the victory from the current score the way it is at this point in time. But if Snag has a positive impact on this game, then the Wales will definitely run out winners.
Well, we'll wait to see who has the impact with 11 minutes left of normal time. Morris with a throw in on the right side. Long leading, search and throw headed away by BDF. They will clear it long and hope to find Lord or Leacock. Leacock fails to control it. That was rare for him. This is Holligan again. Plays it to Jeffrey Williams. He holds it up. Back to Holligan. Holligan all the way back to Rico Graham. Graham floating it, leading it. Burris have been fouled by Alexander. And this is another yellow card as we come inside the last 10 minutes of the game. Trevor, I still believe that a goal beckons. From which end I don't know, but we wait and see. Rashida Jeffrey Williams looking to take it. Trevor smiling. Trevor, a man who has the knowledge of scoring enough goals. Where would the goal come from, Mr. Thorne?
Williams with the restart here. When you would have thought that Haywood would be the man taking the free kick. A lot more precise from that particular direction and distance. But again, he shies away from the free kick this time. 30 yards out, Keith, from what do you make of that? Well, here we're not taking the set pieces.
I think he's carrying some slight niggling injury from when he went down early in the second half. So he probably don't want to put a lot of pressure. He wants to last out the game just in case it goes all the way down to penalty kicks, because he would be a key player. And you would notice that he is not running as strongly as he was at the beginning of the second half. Headley now again with another free kick. 81 minutes gone. BDS Sports Program 2. Weymouth Fields, the defending champions, leading on the night by 2-0. BDF have won the second game 2-0. The first game ended 2-2. Aggregate score 4-4. If it remains the same way after 90 minutes and time added on, they will play 2 15-minute periods, and if that should still be deadlock, penalty kicks.
For sure, the BDS Sports Program, Keith, back to back to back. This ball goes into the box. Back to back to back champions 3 times, 2013, 2014 and 2015, and the FA Cup winners on 3 occasions, 1994, 2012 and 2015, league and cup double crown champions when Mario Hart was the captain at that point in time. The Wales, well, back to back current champions, 2017 and 2018, and FA Cup winners most recently on 3 occasions, 2014, 2016 and 2017. Did the league and cup double in 2017, and they led tonight by the former Notre Dame and current Barbadian international player Hayden Holligan, who's on the ball right now. Had last contracted for a club in Finland perhaps a year or so ago.
Well, he's not in Finland now. They are right here at the turf. And good night again to all those youngsters over in Finland. Hope you're doing well. If it's cold, just stay warm. Score some goals. Try to enhance your contracts and move on to a bigger club. But do enjoy yourself and be disciplined. This is Smith. 7 minutes away from the end of normal time. BDF Sports Program 0. Weymouth Fields 2. 4-4 the tie. Smith from distant. Will he be looking to test Omari Eastman? He does so just wide. That was ambitious, Trevor, to try to score on Eastman from that distance. But anything you have in your mind at this time will be important, because if you could score now, you could almost put your mortgage on it that you will win the trophy. Snipes has come on.
Yeah, Snipes on for
Shaquille Boyce?
Anton Graves wearing 21.
Anton Graves.
83 minutes, as you said, on 83 minutes when the substitution was made.
Well, here we go with BDS Sports Program again. They head the ball up into the air and forward. Intercepted by Miller. Miller holds it up. He's being dispossessed. Miller's taking a lot of chances. That's a free kick.
Williams, the culprit there.
Yeah, one necessary tackle from Williams.
Is it Williams on Williams or Williams on Lord?
I think it's Williams on Lord.
Okay.
They play it short. This is Sargent. Sargent is going to shoot. Ball comes in. Eastman turns it away. Tired legs. Shooting from distance. Eastman plays it to Graham. Graham comes inside. Looks to find Snipes. He will try to go back. He goes back to the Wales defense. Seem a little bit asleep. Ball is with Snipes. He gives it away. He's now, come on. Should be passing the ball better. That's a foul. Headley have brought down Williams. That's a yellow card. You can tell the legs are tired. And the brain's not working at the moment. They're giving away some unnecessary fouls. And one of the two teams may pay for it. One would have thought after brilliant first half that Wales would have been comfortably in the ascendancy and looking to score a third goal, but at the moment they're giving away a lot of unnecessary free kicks. And Smith around the ball. Burrows, Hayward back to defend. They need to keep their cool, both teams. 5 minutes remain from the end of normal time. Eastman may be tested. Smith has a good shot. Also, Chandler has a good shot. They're going to leave it to Smith. He fancies his chances. Here we go with Smith. That's not a shot. That's not a kick. Trevor, what was that?
An attempt, I'd say. If I had to describe it, an attempt at shooting the ball.
Well, the ball is back with BDS Sports Program. Another free kick. Wales continue to give away unnecessary free kick. Ball played quickly by Sargent. Ball will be played in field. This is danger. Lord going at the defense. He's being brought down. Here, let's see what happened here. On the edge of the box, or it's gone into touch.
Into touch. Nothing doing, says.
Nothing doing. Wales would have to be careful. That was close, Trevor.
That's a hat trick of shouts, Keith.
I'm telling you, that was very close. Eastman plays it short. He's gambling with it at the moment, Eastman. At this time, you don't need too many short balls. You need to play it long. You can't afford to make a mistake at this crucial stage of the game. If a team is going to win, they have to score with a good goal. When I say good, I mean from distance or something. This is Alpha. Alpha gives me the ball to Snipes. The players are losing their head. They're not passing the ball intelligently. Snipes plays it to Hayward. Hayward comes in field. He looks to shoot, changes his mind, plays it short. This is defensive work there from Kelman. Kelman to Sargent, heads it up into the air. Hayward plays it square, finds Wales going forward. Hayward will shoot. You can tell that Hayward is struggling. Normally he would have hit that on target, but it goes over the crossbar. Trevor Thorne.
Yeah, he's not showing the confidence with striking the ball cleanly with the right foot. Scuffs his chance there on 88 minutes. And the score remains Weymouth Wales 2, BDF Sports Program 0, 4-4 on aggregate.
Well, 3 minutes of normal time remain. It's Rico Graham goes down the left on one of the earlier runs. He made that ball, goal number 2. Holligan plays it short, finds Hayward. Hayward goes all the way back to Jeffrey Williams. He plays it down the right to Morris. Morris with a hole, leading ball. This is Wales on the attack. Good cover and good defensive work from BDF. Ball runs into touch. Throw quickly taken by Wales. Wales allowing the ball to drift away too much, running into touch. Trevor, a goal in the last 2 minutes, or we're in for extra time?
Looks as though we're going to extra time. Both teams showing X amount of fatigue at this point. Not seeing anyone really showing a clean pair of heels and sprinting past the opposition at this point. They're both still trying to go for it. but the energy certainly has been sapped at this point in time, and we continue to await that final goal.
Well, Morris have gone on a run looking for a goal. He's being brought down. The second half have had a number of free kicks. Tiredness have come in. The brain's not working. The legs going. Here we go with Morris. This could be it. Morris plays it across the area. Is that a goal? No.
It's the cheeky little
Alexander not happy.
From Burrows there.
Burrows looking like a bodybuilder there. And he backheeled that one. But it was always going over the top, Trev.
In the 2-2 matchup, though, Keith, Rashad Smith was the 2-goal hero with goals on 8 and 80 minutes as the ball across the box. Scoring for Wales was Arantes Lawrence and Rashida Jeffrey Williams. At this point in time, Williams is on the pitch, so he can do something about it. Arantes Lawrence isn't here. Smith is still here as well. So both teams having a man apiece that has made the difference in the past. Who will make a difference now is the real question.
Well, we wait to see, because momentarily Leacock went down and was looking for a free kick. Did get it. And Wales have won a throw-in. We are on the 90-minute mark.
Keith Sargent, Raheem Sargent with a yellow card on 90 minutes.
Now, what are you doing getting the card on 90 minutes, Trevor? It does not make sense.